Have you or a loved one been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Hi, I'm Mitch Stellick from Stellick Law Firm in Grand Island, and we specialize in personal injury law. Let Stellick Law Firm assist you in making... Have you or a loved one been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Hi, I'm Mitch Stellick from Stellick Law Firm in Grand Island, and we specialize in personal injury law. Let Stellick Law Firm assist you in making sure that you and your family are taken care of following a motor vehicle accident. Call us today at 308-675-4035 to schedule your appointment. Let us be your voice.
Looking for the place in Hastings where people go for great food and good times? Head to Bullseye's Sports Bar and Grill. For more than 25 years, Bullseye's has been a Hastings institution, the spot where friends gather, games are watched, and memories are made. And every night of the week brings a can't-miss special. Tuesday features the pork rib protein with your entree cooked to order, plus all-you-can-eat sides and the salad bar. And Saturday wraps it up with steak specials. Great food, great atmosphere, and a Hastings tradition for more than a quarter century. Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill on West 2nd and Hastings.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab of Hastings is the trusted name in sports injury management. The staff of PTSR provides up-to-date and efficient care of sports-related injuries, returning athletes quickly and safely back to the playing field. PTSR offers free evaluation of all sports-related injuries to all area athletes during convenient 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. hours Monday through Friday. Call 402-462-8824 for more information. Remember, Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab of Hastings for all your physical and occupational therapy needs.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
I feel like the Odyssey, the way it has been pumped into our veins from like social media and TV and previews and how Nolan and all the actors have been all over, it's got to be like one of the biggest blockbusters of all time. And we'll expand on that here. Mitch Moss along with Dustin Sweetelson as Richard Roper, kind enough to join the program, longtime friend of the show. His podcast is called The Movie of Your Life with Richard Roper, which is a great title for a podcast, and he is on the Progressive Guest Line. Richard, been a long time. Thanks for joining us today. How are you?
Oh, so good to talk to my old friend Mitch. Dustin, good to talk to you as well. How are we doing, guys?
Doing really well. So overall, when you were sitting there the first time in the theater and watching the Odyssey, give or take, 10 days ago, a couple of weeks ago, whenever it was, your thought process going on as you were watching the movie unfold and then when it was over with?
Great question. I actually got a chance to go out to New York and interview Christopher Nolan. So, of course, before the interview, I got to see the movie. So I saw it at the Lincoln Square IMAX, which is probably one of the 10 biggest in the world, guys. And there was maybe 15 of us in the screening room in the theater, because it wasn't yet opening to the public. And it just enveloped me, And, here's the thing. There's so much hype about, the first feature film shot entirely on IMAX, and that's incredible. But if that was it, then after 15 minutes, that kind of wears off. You're watching a movie. It's like, remember the 3D movies were such a big deal, but after a while, you're like, okay, it has to have a story. It has to have great emotional weight, amazing performances, take some big swings that I know might not work for everybody, but the material itself is kind of crazy. I thought it succeeded on all those counts.
Now, Richard, I went and saw the movie last week. It's a spectacle, right? You get immersed in it. You feel like you're on this adventure with Odysseus. But there are detractors out there that have some issues with the dialogue and the script, and then some people I don't necessarily agree with the casting in some regards. How big of a role do you think that is in the people who vote for this? Like, help us understand the people who vote for this and if they will care about some of those details that people are bringing up as complaints.
You know, that's the thing. You got to remember the Academy Awards, and they've expanded the Academy membership. It's about 11,000 people now, but these are professionals in the business, and they're already starting Academy screenings where they can see it in Los Angeles in the screening rooms. And what my sources are telling me, that people are blown away by it, people in the industry, because they do look for, you know, the technical expertise, the big leaps of faith that you have to take. And yeah, you know, listen, you don't want a literal adaptation of Homer's The Odyssey. You fell asleep when you were in junior in college when you had some professor trying to take you through that. So what I like, guys, is actually, you know, this is a story with Cyclops monsters and a sorceress who can turn men into pigs and weather gods, you know. So what I loved about it is that Christopher Nolan actually made all of that accessible, because it's really the story. It's a modern story. It's a guy in a midlife crisis who's trying to get home to his wife and son. That's what it comes down to. Who's realized the errors of his ways, who never should have maybe gone on this journey, has run into all kinds of trouble, is not maybe the great leader he thought he was, and now just wants to get home. And that's what this story is.
Okay, well said. Follow the money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Richard Roper, our guest on the Progressive Guest Line. From a betting standpoint, Richard, and this yesterday at Kalshi, The Odyssey was 55% to take home Best Picture for this year. I get it. It's very early. You have to wait until like March to win this bet. Today it's at 49%, so it'll just tick down a little bit. My question to you would be, do we lock up money on the yes with this picture right now, or do you think there's actually a film in the next 5 months that can steal the award from it?
Well, you know, you look at it like when, you know, you guys, like, let's say there's a big golf tournament coming up, right? And, you know, Scotty Scheffler's the favorite, but even he's maybe 6-1 or 8-1 going into the tournament because there are 100 golfers, right? And same thing with the Oscars. So something that's close to 50% is actually a huge favorite. I would actually advise waiting a little bit, because those numbers might come down where it's at 39%, 42%, just because another picture will be getting 16%, another picture will be getting 34%, you know, whatever the case may be. You know, there are some films coming out, and sometimes they come out of nowhere in the fall. And the other thing is, you know, I'm starting to see this myself. When The Odyssey came out, it had almost 100% of Rotten Tomatoes, almost 100% on IMDb and all that stuff. I was at a party the other night, a reception, and a guy comes up to me. He was almost angry about my review of The Odyssey. How could you give it 4 stars out of 4? It's a 3-star movie. I like Interstellar. And I was like, first of all, dude, settle down. We're at a wedding reception. So, you know, I said, it's just my opinion. And I told him, I said, your opinion's valid too. You know, everybody has their own take. But you guys know, same thing happens in sports. If someone becomes universally loved, then it's time to take them and knock them off the pedestal. So now we're starting to see a couple of pieces. You know, you're going to see some contrarians. I think it's the most overrated movie of the decade. I can't stand the American accents. It should be the Greek actors. You know, Nolan doesn't have any heart. All these kind of, you know, conventional, easy, you know, it's easy to make the counter argument. So I would say wait a little bit before placing a bet.
Where do you put it in the rankings for Christopher Nolan? Obviously, he won for Oppenheimer just a few years ago. Dark Knight's in there, Inception. I still stand by The Prestige. I know that was a long time ago. That's my favorite. Where would you rank The Odyssey among the Nolan films?
You know, The Prestige is so good. So good if people haven't seen it. The way, if you watch it, it's one of those movies like Usual Suspects or Sixth Sense. When you watch it the second or third time and you know what's going to happen, it almost makes it better. Because you see how they lay the little crumbs down. The Prestige, very early on, they pretty much tell you what's going on without telling you, as they do with The Sixth Sense, as they do in the opening scene of The Usual Suspects, is Gabriel Byrne on his knees looking up at a killer. But we're like, is that the reality or not? So I love that you mentioned The Prestige. You know, it's interesting because we talk about the greatest Nolan film, I would say, is either Oppenheimer or The Odyssey. My favorite And the difference to me is how many times are you going to watch it over and over again? Am I going to watch The Odyssey 20 times over the next 10 years? No. My favorite is The Dark Knight. That's my go-to. Yeah. If you said, hey, tonight you're having a bunch of friends over, or you're going to a screening room, you're going to have a get-together, and you're going to see that's the movie I'd say, let's all watch The Dark Knight together.
Yep, totally agree. It's absolutely stellar. In terms of overall movie experiences, and you've seen, I think you told us before, what is it, more than 10,000, whatever that number is for movies? Where would you rank The Odyssey in terms of the overall movie experience?
See, that's a great question, too, because it's, you think about when you first see a movie, and for me, of course, I'm lucky enough to see them in advance in screenings and screening rooms going back to the late 80s. And there are certain memorable moments, like I remember seeing Do the Right Thing and thinking, this is special and this is going to start a conversation. It's a great movie, but it had that effect. It certainly was the case with Pulp Fiction. I knew Quentin Tarantino's work from him writing A True Romance and doing Reservoir Dogs, but Pulp Fiction, the first half hour, and you're like, wait a minute, now we're going back in time. Wait, this is bending this way. And Saving Private Ryan, the first 20 minutes, when I saw that on a big screen, I thought, well, here come the Oscars. So I would put The Odyssey up there among those experiences, top 10 in terms of a screening where I'm saying we're going to be talking about this movie 25 years from now. Sometimes you see a great film, but are you really going to be talking about it 25 years from now, 30 years from now? And it's one of my favorite all-time viewing experiences.
I think it's very important. You mentioned seeing it on the big screen. I made the mistake. I saw Oppenheimer at home. I didn't have the feel. The Odyssey absolutely has to be seen in a theater. Before we let you go there, Richard, I am one of these contrarians that is obsessed with Project Hail Mary. I don't believe it has a chance to win it, even though I think it is the feel-good movie of the year. What are your thoughts of what they did in, a script that's been around for a while? I went in being like, hold on, the dude's in space with a rock alien. How am I going to fall in love with the movie? But I was emotional on an airplane watching it by the time it was over.
I was too. I love that movie. If there was an Audience Choice Award, I think it would win it. I think it's amazing this year. Some of the most likable and my favorite characters in movies have been the sheep in The Sheep Detectives and the Rocky character in Rocky. These inanimate, non-human but wonderfully human personalities. I love Project Hail Mary. That's in my top 5 of movies seen this year.
Okay. Is there a movie or a TV show or multiple TV shows that you would recommend right now to the audience that we absolutely have to watch for the remainder of the summer?
Here's a series that I think is a little under the radar, and I think you guys and your audience will like. It's called The Westies. It's on MGM Plus, which not everybody gets. It's got J.K. Simmons, and it's about the Irish gang in the 1980s that went up against John Gotti and the Italian Mafia. And they're outnumbered 200-1, and they still gave him a run for their money. It's called The Westies.
Oh, that sounds
How have
incredible.
I never heard of this?
Yeah, no
this
kidding.
is awesome. J.K. Simmons rules.
Yeah, he's as good as it gets. Follow him on X at Richard E. Roper. The podcast is called The Movie of Your Life with Richard Roper. Pleasure as always, my friend. Thanks for the time today. We appreciate that.
Let's not go too long before talking again, guys.
Back at you. There you go, on the Progressive Guest Line.
Take care.
The Odyssey, you got to see it, Mitch, because here's why you got to see it. I was peer pressured by your partner. Paulie would not shut up. He was doing every segment was another Odyssey take. I was like, all right, I'm filling in for you. I got to go see this movie or else I'm not going to know what he's talking about.
Yeah, he gets like that when he likes something. Yeah. So I wrote down a couple of movies. Not best movies I've ever seen. Experience overall. Ooh. He brought up one, and it's one of the best movies. Saving Private Ryan at the theater was because old grizzled men, gray bearded men who fought in wars left, and it felt like leaving a funeral. And the other one, again, I'm not calling it the best movie. Avatar 3D in the theater.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Wow. The new one or the original?
No, the new one. I don't even know. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The original. The original. Yeah. We'll get into some best bets today. Major League Baseball coming up next.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
Here's a look at your weather forecast, powered by weatherology.com. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times this afternoon with a high of 99. Winds out of the northeast, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Chance for scattered storms tonight, lows level off around 73, cloudy. Chance for scattered thunderstorms again tomorrow. 89, overcast skies. Upper 80s Wednesday and Thursday with storms possible both days. And that's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Schrabley.
Technology isn't just a part of your business, it is your business. At Hamilton Business Technologies, we believe that the right technology tools make all the difference. From seamless phone systems to secure cloud solutions, we empower Nebraska businesses to stay connected, protected, and ahead of the competition. Your technology isn't an afterthought, it's your competitive edge. Let the official business IT partner of the Huskers show you how technology helps drive business success. Technology is business. Hamilton is business. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
The nice weather is here, and the open road is calling. Whether you're planning a weekend at the lake, a family road trip, or just getting away for a few days, make sure your camper or RV is ready to go before you hitch up and head out. Don't let a small issue turn into a big problem halfway through your trip. Bring it in now to Timmy's RV Sales and Service and beat the summer rush. From winter wear and tear to routine maintenance and major repairs, Herb and the team have you covered. They'll make sure everything is road ready, so you can travel with confidence and focus on making memories. And if you're thinking about upgrading your ride, Timmy's has a great selection of quality used and consigned campers ready for your next adventure. Call 402-879-8893 or stop by just behind the old Dykmans on Highway 6. Timmy's RV Sales and Service of Hastings. Get ready now and make this your best summer yet.
Rev up your energy and fuel your body with the protein punch you've been craving. When it comes to nutrition, Highland Dairy has a wide range of locally made products. Discover tasty ways to a stronger, healthier you with Highland's range of yogurts, smoothies, flavored milk, and cottage cheese. For parents with picky eaters and trendsetters looking to jump on the revival of cottage cheese, Highland has what you need to hit your protein goals. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammered deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone.
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great. Let's be great.
We are Extreme Sports.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Good to have you aboard here on a Monday. Mitch Moss along with Dusty Sweetelson, as JJ called you a couple of weeks back. In for Paulie today. Paulie on vacation before the football season gets closer and closer. You like that nickname?
My whole family calls me Dusty. But
it's not really a nickname, right? It's just like,
yeah, it's just like everyone in New York does this. They shorten everyone's name. Or they add a Y to it if it's shorter. Right?
Oh, sure, like baseball,
like,
yeah.
You're Mitchie, I'm Dusty. Paul is Paulie already,
right.
But that's what they do. It's always some way of like a variation of a first name. They think they're super creative doing it.
Of course, yeah.
And I love JJ, by the way.
For me, it was always just my last name growing up.
Moss, yeah.
Or Mossy.
Oh,
Some people say Mossy.
See, my last name was problematic. It led to a lot of phallic things being added to the back end instead of son.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of plays with that, unfortunately.
I can see that. Yeah. My buddies and I, it doesn't matter who you were, you were only known as your last name.
Yeah.
It was like an unspoken rule that we referred to every single one of our friends by their last name.
Yeah, but were you friends with your brother's friends too sometimes that make it?
They were a little bit older than me.
See, I had that where I was older than my brother, but then I became friends with his friends too, and they called my brother Sweezy. So it became B Sweezy and D Sweezy.
Okay.
which I liked.
That's not bad.
I was in for that. It made me sound a lot cooler than I was.
Dusty Sweezy?
Yeah, or D Sweezy?
D Sweezy. Okay, Major League Baseball. So, like, this thing seems too good to be true tonight almost, but there is like a caveat to it. Again, when it seems too easy, usually run the other way. I'm a little concerned about playing these teams on Sunday Night Baseball.
Yeah.
The next day, much like the Phillies are tonight on the road in Miami. But here's the deal, right? Wheeler is going tonight for the Phillies, who we think has a chance to maybe win the National League Cy Young, but it's going to take the Miz, I should say, from pitching. He can't pitch again. Like, he's got to shut it down.
What's funny is my initial reason for adding more to some of the tickets I have on Wheeler. I have him 50-1. I have 25-1. I either have 12 or 16-1 as the last one from a few weeks ago when he got snubbed for the All-Star game.
Sure.
I was like, well, he's about to have a chip on his shoulder to prove everyone wrong. The Mizorowski angle was, the innings are going to be limited. That first start against the Mets in the second half, it seemed right. Here's the problem. If he's only going to throw 5 innings and still get 11 strikeouts,
it's over.
He's still going to win the award.
Yes, that's correct.
It's just too much ground to make up. It's eye-popping historic stuff. He doesn't have to go deep in these games. And part of the concern was, and I thought it was rightfully so for Milwaukee, you have to get past the Dodgers this year. You need him 100% healthy to do that. That's why I thought they'd really limit him the rest of the way.
Totally agree. So yesterday, he struck out the first 7 batters he faced, 12 of the first 13. First pitcher since 1920 with 11 strikeouts, no hits allowed through 4 innings. More than 100 years of baseball in between starts like that from the Miz yesterday. So Wheeler's going tonight. Now, if you go back, his Ks in order of appearance.
It's ridiculous.
This is Wheeler now.
Yeah.
9, 10, 14, 10. 5 was the outlier. 7 and 9. You can find 6.5. Pay some juice on that tonight. 7.5 is plus money. The Marlins have lost 12 straight. What a bizarre turn this has been. But here's the deal. They have lost 8 straight by 2+ runs and 10 of 11 by 2+ runs. So the bet that I'm talking about, that just Phillies run line, plus they're going to get the licks in the 9th inning, I have to have a taste of that, I think, tonight.
Yeah. I don't hate it. I just think Miami is in such a bad way, and it's completely snowballing. They've dipped under 500. Think about all the work they did last month to be like well above 500. Now they're a sub 500 team. I'm taking Wheeler ladders here. I bet over 6.5. I threw it up last night, vsin.com/picks at -137. This morning, started thinking about it more. I was like, you know what? This dude is throwing with his hair on fire. He just struck out 9 against the Dodgers. Why can't he do that or more against the Marlins tonight, who are absolutely scuffling? Last 4 games for Wheeler, he's averaging 10.75 Ks per game.
Damn.
Against Miami this year, 6 shutout innings, 9 strikeouts, June 15th. May 1st, 6 innings, 1 earned, 8 strikeouts. Last 13 starts for him going back to 2021, a 3.09 ERA against Miami, 89 Ks, 75 2/3. I'm going with over 6.5 -137. Over 7.5 is +111. 8.5 is +220. 9.5 is +410. I think we could probably get most of, if not all, those legs home tonight against Miami's offense that absolutely stinks. Wheeler also, by the way, 17-3 to the under since 2024 is a road favorite between -125 to -175.
Okay. And right now on the run line, by the way, he's -110 tonight.
It was plus like 105 last night, so a little bit of movement there, which makes sense. I just offensively, you have to imagine Philly's going to get to Tyler Phillips, right?
I would think so.
I mean, he doesn't go deep into games at all anymore.
No, my one hiccup would be they scored a ton of runs last night and played Sunday Night Baseball, like I said. So I bet this one overnight as well. I thought to myself, there's no way, no how the Red Sox, with Peyton Tolley going today against Perkins for the A's, how are they $1.55 in that game? I'm like, that needs to be closer to $2. So I don't do this very often in baseball. I laid $1.55 overnight with the Red Sox.
I don't hate it.
Up to $1.70. Again, 17-3 this month. Hottest team in Major League Baseball. The A's since June 20th, 6-23.
Crazy.
Since June 27th, they're 4-19. The Sox are 23-6-2 in the first 5 of their last 31 games. The A's are 4-16-2 in their last 22 in the first 5. I mean, if I lose, I lose, and I pay the juice on it. I had to have a piece of the Red Sox today.
As the year goes on, and we have clear contenders and teams that are building for the future, I think we have to start thinking about more laying big favorites, but more importantly, the run line. I'm not a big run line guy. It's just when I
hate it.
Started learning betting when I was with Patrick for all those years on Mad Dog. Patrick was like, I don't really do run lines. Sharp people told me, like, you don't really mess around with them too much. But I think at this point of the year, even though I don't do it often, you have to start considering it. This is a team left for dead in the A's. They've got no life anymore. No Rooker, Langoliers is out, right? Kurtzer was injured for a good chunk of time as well. They just have a weird vibe. So you mentioned it. The A's over the last month, how about this? 17-33, down 18 units. The A's at home, 20-30 straight up, down 15.8 units. I just isolated Tolley here, but I don't hate looking at Boston at -1.5. I went Tolley over 5.5 Ks. Athletics' third most strikeouts against Southpaws this year. He's gone over 5.5 in 3 straight. He's also a guy who can rack them up pretty quickly in a game. And I think because he wants to avoid contact playing in Sacramento, he might be reaching back for a little bit extra oomph tonight.
Big guy, 6'4", like 250 pounds.
Yeah.
His delivery, I like watching him pitch.
He kind of looks like he's supposed to be a linebacker.
Maybe he's supposed to be leading the Patriots in tackles this year and not hovering around a 3 with the ERA for the Red Sox. But and I got 15 cents right now with CLV. I got to tell you, I think I might add more. I think that number should be at $2 minimum.
At the very least, the Red Sox team total, if it's probably 6.5. At the very least, the Red Sox team total feels very, very live tonight.
Yes. So you noticed something during the break. And the aforementioned Jameson Taillon for the Cubs, designated for assignment within the last 15 minutes or so, right?
Yeah.
So there was a pitcher going today who the last time that he went, it was June 10th, and we thought, okay, that's probably going to be it. No more opportunities to bet against him. We are getting another opportunity tonight. It's Max Scherzer for the Blue Jays. And I have loved Max his entire career, but he's going up now against this Nationals offense that we talked about earlier this hour with Wood and Abrams. I think 2 guys maybe who could still somehow steal the National League Cy Young. Their team total is 2.5 in the first 5.
Oh, yeah.
I laid 25 cents with that.
Yeah.
Had to, right?
Oh, yeah. Dude, James Wood might get you on the board inning 1 because what's Scherzer known for? Those first inning home runs.
That's right.
He does it. He did that in his prime. What do you think he's doing now? Here's why, for the game, I'm not thinking about Toronto. I don't hate or Washington. I'm saying I don't hate the idea of doing it. It's Scherzer is auditioning for one last ride on a playoff team. You might get good stuff out of him tonight, but Washington's going to score a few. They're not going to, and especially against the Blue Jays offense. I think Washington's offense comes to play.
And I also noticed this today, part of the daily handicap for baseball. Check out the numbers at vsin.com. When you click on most profitable teams in baseball, you can break it down to first 5 innings as well. The Nats are the most profitable team in Major League Baseball in the first 5 all year long. The Blue Jays are the least profitable.
I love that angle.
So I did not play them first 5, but I attacked it with the Nationals scoring more than 2.5 runs.
Yeah, I think that feels like something that could definitely happen.
God, I want to do year fee. I want to do first 3 over, first 5 over.
Don't you get nervous when you feel that confident? It all goes wrong.
That's why I only have the one bet.
None of them come through. Right. Hey, the sports calendar never stops. Sharp Plays, they cover it all. They've been winning for 15 straight years. All of it documented. Logs posted publicly over at sharpplays.com. When the Sharp Plays moves, the sports books take notice. Advanced AI, trusted insider intel. They find value before the numbers shift. Respected, watched, feared. Start winning with them at sharpplays.com today.
Good stuff. Also, I looked at Amai going tonight for the Astros.
Weird guy.
Oh, dude.
Weird guy.
So he gets an Angels team that strikes out more than any other team in Major League Baseball. But if you go back and look, tonight, it feels juicy to me to bet his K-prop over. But in order, if you go back against this guy, he had 8 in his last start against Miami, 3 before that. That was right before the break against the Nats. 2 in the start before that against the Twins. And then the 2 starts before that in June, he had 11 and 10. All over the map with this guy.
His numbers are weird. So his ERA is actually way better on the road. It's still 4.33. Strikeouts are down on the road. I wonder if that left field porch messes with his head when he pitches at home at Minute Maid.
Yeah, okay. I like the angle. Up next, we'll go over NFL awards, including the bet we like the most, along with a long shot. They are accompanied by some bold predictions in 2026 next here on VSiN.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this rush hour ad to keep you calm, which could help your driving. And science says therapy is great for a healthy mindset. So enjoy this 14-second session on us. I think you've done everything right and absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, anything that hasn't gone your way could probably be blamed on your father not being emotionally available because his father wasn't emotionally available, and so on. And now that you're calm and healing, you're probably driving better too.
Liberty, 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 liberty. 30. Since 2011, the Sharp Plays has been beating the books, and 2025 was their best yet, with subscribers doubling their bankrolls. 15 straight years of winning, and it's all documented. Every pick, every result, posted publicly at sharpplays.com for anyone to verify. When the Sharp Plays moves, sportsbooks take notice. Advanced AI and insider intelligence finding edges before the numbers shift. Respected, watched, feared. Start winning with them at sharpplays.com. At sharpplays.com.
From Feature Story News in Washington, I'm Nick Harper. Iran has rejected two demands it calls extreme during talks with the United States in Islamabad, telling American negotiators to leave the table. The collapse in diplomacy comes as the head of U.S. Central Command has repeatedly recommended halting bombing against the Strait of Hormuz, saying there's no viable military targets remaining. A mutual halt in strikes between Washington and Tehran is now on its third day. Ever since Kate Fisher reports from Washington.
Mike Waltz, the only member of the senior team to appear to talk about this over the weekend on the news channels here. He's the US ambassador to the United Nations. On the one hand, saying that the US is ready at any time to resume major combat operations, and at the same time complaining that the Trump administration inherited low levels of ammunition from the Biden administration. So also a tacit acknowledgement that there is perhaps an issue with munitions supplies.
French President Emmanuel Macron has travelled to the Gironde region to meet with emergency workers who are battling wildfires. The blazes have so far burned more than 42,000 hectares and forced some 220,000 people from their homes. Fire authorities are warning that the fires could take months to extinguish, and the fires are getting closer to the towns of Bordeaux, where evacuation orders have been issued. Ever since William Denslow reports from the nearby town of Mios.
We're here in Mios, which is just west of Bordeaux in the Gironde region, where an evacuation order was issued on Sunday. Now, police are blocking roads and really trying to navigate people away from these blazes. Here in this town, there are wildfires to the north and to the south, around equal distance from each other. So a real priority for authorities is how to get civilians to safety, to try and mitigate these fires that are moving at pace and moving in unpredictable directions.
The Sudanese army has recaptured the city of Bara after heavy fighting with the Rapid Support Forces. The military says that it's destroyed dozens of RSF vehicles during the operation, which it says has opened a vital supply corridor and reduced the threat to the capital, Khartoum. Eversen's Naban Mardin reports from Khartoum.
People are right now celebrating in different places in Sudan, saying this victory, of course, has a lot of meanings. First of all, it will limit the control of the RSF militia in North Kordofan and in Kordofan states generally, and Kordofan region, and also it will open the door towards another operations targeting Darfur region.
That's Feature Story News. Nick Harper reporting.
This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
Always follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
Good to have you on board. Thanks for watching the program, as always, on YouTube TV, listening on SiriusXM channel 158. iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or any of our great affiliates. Mitch Moss along with Dustin Sweetelson. We're live downtown Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino. Busy hour coming up, by the way, as they typically are. We'll get into something. I'm going to say something for the first time in 30 years in 15 minutes. And I firmly believe it's true.
We all support you, Mitch.
Okay. You ready for this? But you got to hold on. Jensen Lewis, bottom of the hour, his best bets today from Major League Baseball. And you're the same way in college football. You're going to, like Jensen Matt Humans nicknamed him the Machine Gun.
Yeah.
And you're right there like as the Uzi.
Yeah. Just mine sometimes run out of steam, run out of bullets here.
Yours is like the Gatling gun at the end of that Predator scene where it's like no more, and Matt keeps.
It's like the movie War Dogs. I bought the shady Chinese Albanian bullets that don't quite work.
So you have a plenty to go over in college football at that time. Right now, we'll go over our bets that we like for NFL awards this upcoming season.
It's time to start talking yourself in and out of things. I think that's the biggest thing this time of year. This is where you can really get a really good number and sweat it out for the next season. Like a year ago at this time, Rams reported for camp. I already liked Matthew Stafford MVP. You know what happened? He went into that tent with the back injury. They had like the van or whatever for him that he was laying in. I was like, you know what? I'm not buying this. I'm not buying this at all. I'll take 55-1. Thank you very much. And that helped pay for the entire football season.
55-1 on Matthew Stafford last year.
Because he was
hot damn, dude.
When there's blood in the streets, man, that's when you buy these monster numbers. So what we learned with Kalshi, with the LeBron James stuff a week ago when you were out, they don't know how to mark some of these things on their books at times. And I think they're just so quick to react to, well, there's a report, his back is injured. They don't know how legit it was. I had an NFL player on last year at that time, Kirk Morrison. He said, you know what this sounds like to me? Matthew Stafford's 38, 39 years old. He doesn't want to do a training camp anymore. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, well, good spot on by him. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over a lot of these markets for NFL awards this year. We'll go over with either a best bet or the person who we think is going to win the award along with a long shot. The honors are all yours right now to begin here in the MVP.
Yeah, MVP, I wrote this up in the VSiN NFL betting guide.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Purdy was my original case that I made. That is my number one bet there.
By the way, you made a great breakdown. It's great case.
And Mike Evans is a big part of it. I think Mike Evans is, if you look at the history of where he goes, those quarterbacks always succeed immediately. Johnny Manziel at A&M, he's in the NFL for a while. Eventually, Tom Brady down to Tampa Bay. He extends his career. And then the last few years with Baker Mayfield. But if I'm going to go off of my Brock Purdy bet, the other guy I really, and this is a dangerous game, we've all been burnt by them at some point in our past, I might be all in on the Cincinnati Bengals and more specifically Joe Burrow here. Do you realize that this is the only team in that division with continuity with a head coach returning? And the schedule, Mitch, the pass defenses the Bengals are about to face this season, they face one top 5 pass defense from a year ago. They faced 3 from the top 10 last year. One of those was Cleveland with Myles Garrett. I have a feeling the pass defense is going to be a little bit different. They face the 31st, 30th, 29th, 28th, and 27th. They also have to get off to a head start because they will fire Zach Taylor. Joe Burrow has become, with Brock Purdy, my favorite MVP case to make.
Okay, so he is the guy that I bet. I have a half a unit on him at +9. I really wanted 10-1.
Yeah.
A minimum. I wanted double digits on him. But as I realized this coming back from vacation, I'm like, okay, the 10-1s are gone. I'm like, I can't believe it. Now what do? Do I abort?
No.
I found a...
No.
Absolutely.
We go
Whatever
to term.
you do not abort.
We go to term. Not a political stance.
I found +950 on him. I'm like, that's close enough. I'll take +950 on Joe Burrow.
You know what I just do? I steal your guys' bit that you guys do. What day do you do the big parlay day? The pizza parlor?
Tomorrow.
Okay, good. So what I'll do is I'll see Joe Burrow 950. I'll go to the UFC event and I'll take 2 guys who are -$4 or greater and I'll add it to the ticket.
That's what I'm going to be like with the Rams this year.
That's
rather
the
than taking 6-1 in the Super Bowl, I'll have to try to find do some cross-sport parlays. But anyway, everything that you just said about Burrow makes the pass defenses they're playing this year super easy. By the way, part of the whole thing here is that I saw RotoWire. They had 10 bold predictions, and I'll get into some of these and other bets that I have as well on the season. One of which was Jamar Chase sets every single wide receiver record, including the Triple Crown, yet again this year. So guess what? That's going to be Joe Burrow throwing him the football unless he gets hurt again.
No, let's also remember, they still have T. Higgins for some inexplicable reason when they should have been adding defenders instead of locking him up. And Isavas turned into a really good receiver when those 2 guys have been hurt in the past, plus the tight end position. I just think that they are going to be playing with such a chip on their shoulder early because they know the window's closing. Zach Taylor has to be on the hot seat this year. So I think you get a very inspired Bengals team, Burrows specifically.
Yeah, so he's a short shot that I like. More to this, by the way, if you go back 2 years ago, here's the whole key is, will Burrow play 15, 16, 17 games? Don't know. He's been injured 3 times in his career. So the last time he played a full season was 2 years ago. That season, he finished with, the mainstream numbers. He almost had 5,000 yards passing, 43 touchdowns, 9 INTs. And on a non-playoff team that year, he finished 4th in the MVP voting, and I recall people saying that was the year Barkley had for the Eagles. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson battle it out near the top, and people were like, don't care. Burrow's the MVP. This is people saying this with the votes. So I think they're kind of like almost dying to give him the award if he stays healthy. The numbers are going to be there. My long shot bet,
give it to me,
that I have in pocket is Tyler Shuck. He's this year's Drake May, in my opinion. Second easiest schedule going into the entire year. I know it starts off brutal with a couple of very difficult opponents for the Saints. I loved how he played down the stretch. They added Tyson, top 10 wide receiver in the draft. Chris Olave is a monster, proved that last year. They added Achane from the Jaguars to help the backfield. Kellen Moore is a proven commodity as an offensive play caller. We'll find out more about him as a head coach in his second year. I think 100-1 on Shuck is a number. Well, I knew that I was going to take him if the number was right, and I can't believe he's available at 100-1, to be honest.
He's a starting quarterback in a division that's completely wide open.
100%.
I think that is a big element here. And the narrative of him putting it on his shoulders and lifting them to that point, I think that makes sense. I think there's something Kellen Moore saw in his arm ability, and it completely unlocked in his rookie year. I had him 60-1 for Offensive Rookie of the Year I took during the draft. I never thought that ticket was going to be live. It was just situationally.
Sure.
But that's the same here. This bet is also situationally. He is the starting quarterback of a team that's invested at receiver, right? They got him another weapon to play with, an offensive-minded head coach with a defense that's probably taken steps back. That's a recipe for success for him to put up monster numbers. Now, my long shot is in the same division. I think everyone, I love and respect everyone here. Everyone has lost their mind talking about Tua leading the Falcons to the NFC South.
Yeah.
I've lost a lot of money believing Tua had something left.
I can't get there either.
That's why I think Baker Mayfield in the Bucs. Like, Todd Bowles is Todd Bowles. We understand that. It's another offensive coordinator. Baker's 50-1. Do we not remember that he was playing like an MVP to start the year last year before he got hurt and then played the rest of the season injured?
Dustin, we said several times on this show, whatever that was, after week 6, week 7.
He's the MVP.
He should have been the MVP of the league at that time.
He was out of his mind. And I think some people are concerned, there's a new offensive coordinator. It's Zach Robinson who comes over from the Falcons. I would say, can we make the case that Baker Mayfield deserves a little bit more love for how he created Liam Cohen and Dave Canales as well? Like, it
goes both ways.
Yeah, I think everyone went, well, Canales and Liam Cohen unlocked him. Hold on, they can't both unlock him. It kind of has to be one or the other. I think at 50-1, division's open. He's going to miss Mike Evans, but you and I both had Igbuka to win Rookie of the Year last year. And I always wonder, had Igbuka started slow and finished the way he started, I think he would have won the award over McMillan.
So do I.
Which is stupid.
If you would have flipped the season that he had, because nobody, other than Shuck making a run late, nobody else was doing that last year.
No, McMillan was by default. But I think they have weapons. Godwin's back for a full year. I still like what they have defensively, where they're going to be the more balanced team in the division. I like Baker 50-1.
So we're kind of on the same page here with Atlanta. The Saints are my team in that division. Like, I have their win total over. I have them to win the division. I can't argue with people who actually think the Falcons are going to be better to go over their win total.
I agree.
Right? There's a lot to like with this team.
If it's Penix.
That's where I'm at. Like, we don't know about Michael Penix at this level yet.
But I want to know.
So let's find out about him then, right? And why is it that Tua has to start ahead of him? If Penix can beat him out in camp, I'm going to be much higher in the Falcons than Tua, because I'm with you. I can't get there with anything Tua related.
I had Tua last year, 40-1 comeback player of the year. I believed. I am the last one off this sinking ship. I don't know how people all they've done is talk trash about Tua for years are now jumping on that it could work. Watch the tape. Not that I actually watch tape, but watch the highlights. The guy can't throw it 25 yards in the air.
Yep.
What is he, other than dumping it off to Bijan Robinson? I don't know how he picks up first downs. Legitimately, he's that lost. I don't see. I think the division's going to be fascinating, though. I think Carolina comes back. I think it's the two teams we just mentioned, Tampa Bay and New Orleans.
Yeah. Good line, by the way. You talk to a lot of people who watch film.
Yeah.
So you got that going for you.
Yeah, I watch film. Other people go, I watch film. You mean you pulled up the YouTube, the All-22?
Yeah. The Tua stuff, it's alarming that he can never throw. No chances taken down the field.
He shouldn't be allowed to play anymore either.
It's all dink and dunk.
No, he shouldn't be. Someone needs to protect him from himself. It's crazy. Hey, if you're betting at Circus Sportsbook for a limited time, you can fund your wagers and contest entries with crypto using BurrowPay. And no BurrowPay transaction fees. It's fast, secure, and another way that Circa continues to innovate for sports bettors. Visit burrapay.com, B-U-R-R-A pay.com to learn more. Take advantage of fee-free crypto wagering before August 31st, exclusively at Circa Sportsbook at Circa Resort and Casino. BurraPay transaction fees waived as part of campaign. Standard cryptocurrency network and exchange fees may apply.
By the way, I made these bets before I noticed the tweet. It was sent out today from RotoWire, their 10 bold predictions. One of those predictions on Shuck was that, well, he's predicted to finish inside the top 12 as a fantasy quarterback. Their bold prediction is he finishes number 1 overall.
Oh, wow.
As QB1.
Wow, that is bold, but I'm here for it. I want to ask you later on in the show about Offensive Player of the Year. Someone's going to have to take that market away from me. I like way too much. I like too many long shots in Offensive Player of the Year.
Here's the deal. We'll expand on that coming up next. Because you're right. I was going through the numbers like over the weekend. Like, I like this guy. I like that guy.
And we're split at the top of the board, you and I.
We are. And so the guy that I actually love the most in this market, I can't bet. There's a reason why.
Okay.
That I can't bet him. We'll find out if you agree coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6781. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6781. That's 800-575-6781. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know that hiking isn't for you. Sure, it sounds nice to be in nature while exercising, but that's what a gym and houseplants are for. I mean, you don't even like walking upstairs. So why would you walk up a hill for miles? To what, end up high in the air? Come on, you know you're scared of heights. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
The Colonel is the king of chicken. That's why he's always had a beef with beef. But on Wednesdays, he's squashing the beef by frying it. KFC Country Fried Steak is here for only $4.99. Crispy golden outside, tender steak inside. Served with peppery gravy, mashed potatoes, coleslaw, and a biscuit. At last, the Colonel and beef buried the hatchet in gravy. Get the $4.99 Country Fried Steak Wednesdays for a limited time only at KFC.
Prices and participation may vary while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax, tip, and fees extra.
Here's a look at your weather forecast, powered by weatherology.com. A mix of clouds and sun this afternoon with a high of 99. Northeast winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Chance for scattered thunderstorms tonight, lows around 73. 89 tomorrow, chance for scattered thunderstorms. Upper 80s Wednesday and Thursday with storms both days. And that's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley.
5 Points Bank has been your hometown bank for over 40 years, and now you can take us wherever you go. Mobile Deposit allows you to deposit checks from your smartphone or tablet with our free business banking app. And never pay for an ATM charge again with our MoneyPass app. It maps out ATMs near you that won't charge a fee because of its partnership with 5 Points Bank. We're here to serve you in person and online, and that's why we're the better bank.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Thanks for checking in. Mitch Moss, Dustin Sweetelson, live downtown Vegas. Circa Resort and Casino is your spot. We spent the previous segment going over bets that we like to win the NFL MVP, our best bet, and then a long shot. We'll continue here with Offensive Player of the Year. I'll tell you my guy that I could not be more in love with this year, but I can't bet him. There's a specific reason in a minute. Who is your best bet to win Offensive Player of the Year this year?
Oh, I hate it because it's top of the board. I don't like doing it. I don't like tying my money up for so long, but I was a year ahead with Bijan Robinson a year ago. I had him 16-1. He got off to a great start, and I'm so annoyed at myself. What I've started doing, Mitch, with a lot of these futures, I bet 2 bets. One is the season-long bet. One is half the unit if they get off to a good start and cashing out for more money and making money on it. I could have paid for that and several other futures early in the year if I just would have cashed out the second Bijan. Boy, you know what? I'm letting it ride. I'm going all in on him. And I think at 8.5-1, when you look at the offense right now, they're so dependent on him being that dude. But Stefanski's got a track record of having a guy like this and using him. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt together in 2020. Chubb had 1,067 and 12 touchdowns. Hunt had 841 and 11 total touchdowns, also had 300 receiving. The next year, Hunt was gone. Chubb, almost 1,300 on the ground, 8 touchdowns. The year after that, 1,500 yards, 13 touchdowns. Last few years in Cleveland, they never run game. They're always losing. He got that from Nick Chubb. And I like Nick Chubb. He is not the dynamic threat in space that Bijan Robinson is here. Plus, you have no Tyler Algier vulturing the touchdowns. You need him to be like Saquon in 24. You need him to be like CMC in 2023. But Bijan Robinson had 1,400 rushing, 820 receiving yards last year, 11 touchdowns. That's more rushing yards than CMC, almost 3 times the receiving yards that Barkley had. I think he's going to be such a focal point for Stefanski to hit the ground running this year, especially with the short stuff. I think the receiving yards are going to be similar, and if he can just build on the rushing, which there's a track record with Chubb in the past in this system, I love Bijan Robinson 8.5-1, and I hate betting that high up on the board.
So I think the 2 players here at the very top are kind of splitting hairs with, right? Because I'm with you. Like, how if you ever just watch Bijan Robinson play, you're like, this. He was born to play running back. Yeah, he was so good, right? And this year with that schedule, everything you just said, it's lining up for him to obviously have another huge year. My guy is the short shot.
I mean, it's really hard not to make that case.
So, but I can't possibly. I saw Paul Charchian, longtime friend of the show, Fantasy Football Hall of Famer, at an event. We were watching Game 6 of the Golden Knights in the Stanley Cup playoffs out here, whenever that was, last month, when they lost that game. And so we were going over like guys to look at this year, and his first guy that he brought up is Jahmyr Gibbs, and I've been high on the Lions ever since last year ended. Sure. Easiest schedule in the league. There's no more David Montgomery. There's a ton of like about this guy. Like, this is going to be his career year. That's basically what he said. He said, is Jahmyr Gibbs in for a 2,500-yard year this season? All-purpose yardage, right? So, and I'm like, he probably is, and he has to be number 1, I think, off of fantasy draft boards. The problem is I can't bet a guy at plus 650 to win this award. I can't. I won't do it.
I know.
But last year, with David Montgomery, 1,223 yards rushing and 13 touchdowns. He added 5 touchdowns along with 77 catches on 94 targets. Montgomery's gone. The year before that, Gibbs had 16 touchdowns on the ground. He's going to be good. If he stays healthy, he's good for 20 touchdowns this year.
The touchdowns should be absurd. The receiving yards are always there. I can't disagree with betting him. The only reason why I chose Bijan over Gibbs is the price difference, right? It's $2 difference. I know it doesn't sound like much, but you're talking about if they miss 2 games, they can't win this award.
Yeah.
You pull your hamstring, you're out for a month, it's dead. But part of me thinks, and this is the dumbest thing to do, I want to be clear about this before I say it, I want to bet just Gibbs and Robinson, not bet anyone else in the market, and hope that, you win Gibbs and ends up being a plus 550. You bet Robinson ends up being plus 750 because it's the situations for both of them are juicy this year.
I know. Usually, before the season starts, I will take a peek at MVP numbers for the guys at the very top of the board, right? For running back positions only. Yeah. And then you have to decide, well, I think this is the year for player X where it's going to be a career year and they're going to win a ton of games. It could be in the mix, right? The problem with this is, even though running backs never win the award, you have to go back to 2012 with Adrian Peterson. Books have adjusted the prices on these running backs. A couple years ago, I was absolutely dead set that Jonathan Taylor was going to break out. It's actually more than a couple years ago. I had him at 500-1 to be the NFL MVP. December rolls around. The Colts go to Buffalo. They steamroll him. NFL media is saying Jonathan Taylor's the MVP of the league. He didn't win. The year after that, Derrick Henry had 2,000 yards and 20 touchdowns. I had him 500-1. Had no chance of winning the award.
Yeah.
CMC's first year with the 49ers, the number was 200-1. He put up those crazy...
The full year, right?
The full year.
Yeah, I think I had 150, something like that,
I had 200 on him. like an MVP, they had no chance to win the award.
Yeah.
This year, my guy is Jahmyr Gibbs, who could actually get in the MVP mix. 120-1 is the best number I can find on him. So look at that.
Yeah, they're really scared of getting beat by that, which is weird because
they never win.
So unlikely.
Yeah.
You could just be taking, $1 million, $20, $30, $50 bets from people if you just post a big fat number.
Sure.
So I don't understand the fear there. For the Lions, though, the thing about Gibbs that could be crazy is the start they get off to before the bye. New Orleans 19th against the run last year. At Buffalo, week 2, Buffalo was 28th. Then you have the Jets, who were 29th a year ago. And then it's Arizona. They're going to be up by 2 scores in the third quarter. Gibbs is going to be running wild. Your only fear is that he gets pulled from the game for fear of an injury. But there's a world where Gibbs becomes an odds-on favorite before they hit their bye in week 6.
Well, and then I'll be hating life because I want to have a piece of him at plus 650.
I know.
Not going to happen.
But I think there's some fun ones deep down the board. I mean, we talked about Joe Burrow earlier. What if Joe Burrow puts up monster numbers, but someone else is having an MVP year? Joe Burrow, Offensive Player of the Year? That's something worth considering here? Or if he has the year we think he's going to have where it's historic, he wins both awards?
The last time a quarterback won Offensive Player of the Year was 2018. Mahomes won both. His first full year as a starter, he won the MVP and Offensive Player of the Year.
Didn't we have a year where we split them or no? I thought there was a year where one MVP, one Offensive Player. Maybe it's been a while since that happened.
Well, Cam Newton and Matt Ryan went back-to-back. I think they were also MVPs that year.
Okay.
2015, 2016. Peyton Manning won in 2013. Peyton Manning won Offensive Player of the Year. Think about how that award has changed because now typically you have to have a quarterback to go against your Burrow point here. Typically, a guy at quarterback is going to have to run for a lot, I would think, to be Offensive Player of the Year nowadays.
Yeah, or just be on a mediocre team and have crazy touchdowns. That's probably it. Mediocre team with crazy touchdowns. That's how I was viewing it. In terms of bombs, what's your favorite bomb in this market?
I have too many. And
and have crazy touchdowns. That's probably it. Mediocre team with crazy touchdowns. That's how I was viewing it. In terms of bombs, what's your favorite bomb in this market?
I have too many. And here's the thing. I have to decide, and would love some help from the audience as well. At VSiN Live, at Mitch Moss Radio, at Dustin Swedelson on X. I'm between Luther Burden at 100-1 for the Bears, Emeka Egbuka, the aforementioned Emeka Egbuka with the Buccaneers, who I was in love with last year. Here, let me give you another bold prediction from RotoWire on Egbuka. Finishes as a top 7 wide receiver this year in fantasy. Zach Robinson's Z wide receiver role was highlighted as an ideal fit for him.
Drake London a year ago.
Yeah. And he'll be Tampa Bay's alpha wide receiver. Here's the problem. I like a couple of tight ends, but a tight end has never won the award.
Yeah, I'll give you mine. Bauer's 70-1 tight end, and it's my first note is tight ends never won the award, but he actually has a quarterback for once, and he's the number 1 receiver. I don't care that they brought in Jordan Addison or whoever they brought in from Was it? No, it wasn't Addison. It was the other guy. It was the Naylor, Jalen Naylor.
There you go.
The worst one from Minnesota.
The worst of the batch.
It makes my case that much greater. Kubiak, creative offensive mind. Is there a world where he treats Brock Bowers the way he treated JSN a year ago, where it's just, you're my move the sticks. I'm feeding you 8, 10, 12 times a game. He can also stretch the field for a tight end. Cousins is such a huge upgrade at quarterback. Going back through the years, he was pretty good with Pitts a year ago when he went back into the starting lineup. That helped get Pitts paid. So I just think there's a scenario where he's in the mix. I just don't know if he ultimately wins it, because I brought this up to a fantasy guy a few weeks ago, and he said, I get where you're coming from, but wouldn't Trey McBride have won the award if any tight end was going to win the award or be closer to winning the award than he was a year ago? He had a historic tight end season.
That's right. So one more piece of resistance for me on this would be, can a player win it on a team that goes, let's say the Raiders win 7 games?
That's the problem.
Do they, right?
But
I'm looking back right now at the list. It's all teams that won, it looks like, 11, 12, 13 games.
But if they're losing, that means a lot more throwing from behind, which also means padding some of these stats, and people at the end of the year could just go, we've never seen a tight end put up numbers like this ever in our lives. So that's why I'm considering that. There's a few others that I like in this. I think this market is so much more interesting. Like Kelly Bidlin brought up to me, A.J. Brown 35-1, and I think that makes sense.
Well, I want to bet like 30 guys.
I know. So then we can't bet Bijan and Jahmyr Gibbs.
No, God, no, absolutely not.
Winner's Local Proxy VSiN, they're giving away 2 incredible prize packages that will put 2 lucky fans into the world's biggest football contest for free. One winner, you're going to get a $1,000 entry into Circa Survivor. Just pick a winner each week and advance. Another will win a $1,000 entry into Circa Million. That is picking games against the spread. Both winners also receive a full season of Winner Circle Proxy Service, a VSiN Studio Tour, and a free month of VSiN Pro. Enter by Sunday, August 2nd for your chance to win. Visit winnercircleproxy.com/VSiN, winnercircleproxy.com/VSIN.
Up next, Major League Baseball, Jensen Lewis on the program. How should we approach the NL MVP market? Is Ohtani still winning the award if he doesn't pitch again this regular season?
If there's one thing you can count on, it's 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. And if there's two things you can count on, it's your smoke detector battery dying at 3 a.m. Not 3 p.m. on a Saturday when you have nothing going on, but in the middle of the night when you're fast asleep.
Oh, come on!
Get 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Just one more thing you can count on. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
In sports betting, the edge doesn't wait. Lines move, limits change, injuries break. Spot Odds gives serious bettors real-time visibility across more than 100 sports books. Track odds, monitor limits, react before the market catches up. Legendary bettor Billy Walters said it best. Spot Odds is hands down the best sports odds service there is today. Visit spotodds.com and use code VSiN for 10% off.
Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab, 207 South Burlington, is the place for all your rehabilitation needs. PTSR offers a wide variety of services, including orthopedic, neurological, and sports injury rehabilitation. A certified hand specialist is available for the more delicate upper extremity injuries. Warm, aquatic therapy, and balance training is also available. PTSR has a strong industrial services division providing physical and functional capacity testing, as well as drug and alcohol screening. Please visit our website, ptsrhastings.com.
5 Points Bank has been proudly serving the Tri-City area for decades, and we are continuously finding ways to make your banking experience easy and enjoyable. We offer the best of both worlds with kind and welcoming employees in the bank while creating a strong online presence to accommodate your busy lifestyle. Our innovative technology adds layers of security while being easily accessible to all age groups. Stop into the Better Bank to learn more today.
When it comes to your business running efficiently day to day, you rely on technology and a network that is secure, fast, and has measures in place to help prevent downtime. At Hamilton Business Technologies, we know firsthand that reliability is business. We work with businesses across the state to implement managed IT solutions that keep your business running securely. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Reliability is business. Hamilton is business. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Need a power boost after a serious workout? Stick with the original recovery drink. Highland Dairy's chocolate milk contains 13 essential nutrients, including protein and electrolytes, helping you build muscle and hydrate better than water. Our Chocolicious milk is perfect for building healthy bones in little ones and maintaining bone health in adults. It's chocolate milk with no artificial growth hormones, and it's locally made, so you know you're getting the best for your body. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
At Reuter Auction and Realty, we are land brokers and equipment auctioneers. Our company is deeply rooted in agriculture, and we realize that farm and ranch assets are serious business. We are an integrity-based organization which has evolved into over 55 years of service to Nebraska and northern Kansas. Consult with one of our 12 agents today if it's time to sell your family's land and assets. Call us today for a no-obligation consultation at 402-463-8565 or go to reuterauction.com.
Family Medical Center of Hastings is the place to go for all your healthcare needs. Their team is trained to treat the whole person regardless of age. They provide a wide range of medical care, including acute care, routine health screenings, and treatment of chronic conditions. They're dedicated to providing you the best care in the most cost-effective manner. Family Medical Center, as an independent clinic, has served the community for over 65 years. Your family's home for healthcare. 1021 West 14th Street. Proud to support all area student athletes.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Coming up in 15 minutes, we'll get into a little Heisman Trophy talk and kick around the list of teams we think can actually win the national title this year in college football. I think my list of teams will be shorter than D. Sweezy's here.
Yeah, I like to live in a world where anything's possible, but where's that really gotten me in life? Not that far. Like I sit next to you is kind of the high point.
Chuckles and Knucklehead here, sitting here live in Las Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino. Let's go to the Progressive guest line, get some best bets tonight in Major League Baseball. Jensen Lewis joins the program now. VSiN by the books, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Hey, Jay Lou, we appreciate the time as always. We'll get into your best bets on tonight's card coming up in a minute. We started the show today talking a little National League MVP. Like, how open do you think this thing is? Like, are we living in a dream world where we think somebody other than Ohtani can win it if he doesn't pitch again this year?
Yeah, great to be with you boys, and always great to chop it up. I think you're on to it there, Mitch, that I am still very scared of the word indefinitely that Dave Roberts has used about Ohtani getting back on a mound, let alone getting back into a big league game. So I think you're to September at the earliest, if then. That's pretty significant. And so I do think we live in a world where this thing now becomes wide open. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mitch. I feel like you and Dustin earlier, I was listening to you guys coming home, and I think you have a long ticket on PCA, which I think is extremely live right now. And then James Wood and CJ Abrams, a lot is going to be predicated on where the Nationals are headed into September. You guys know as well as I do, Narrative Street is huge when it comes to these things. As long as CJ Abrams doesn't get traded, sounds like he's not going to. I think he's 1B with James Wood being 1A. I would lean to a James Wood ticket right now before CJ Abrams, just knowing James Wood, guys, is going to score 100 runs before the month of August gets here, which is just insane to think about. So very live if you have the long PCA ticket in pocket, and I would be a little weary of Ohtani, knowing that I'm not going to push him with that knee inflammation because he's so important from a designated hitter position.
Jay Lou, you like to live dangerously like we do. Mitch sent me a note before the show, and I thought it was right in line with the thinking I had preseason, which I had Paul Skeens to win the MVP at 40 to 1, 100 to 1, something like that. Jacob Misiorowski's 125 to 1 right now. Do you think the numbers and the narrative is strong enough where if Ohtani falls back and maybe PCA doesn't finish that strong, could we build up a case for Misiorowski to do what Verlander and Kershaw have done recently and win both the Cy Young and MVP?
I like where your head's at, Dustin. My fear would be is that Milwaukee is really going to limit his innings down the stretch here, and you've seen it already play out. That if he goes longer than 5 innings, I'll be kind of shocked down the stretch here. He's at 120 right now. Christopher Sanchez is at 138.2, and I don't think he's going to get to, that innings threshold that some of the other contenders will. I am very anxious to see where Chris Sale ends up at the end of this. I think he's got the chance to go on a dominant run, but as far as where you are from an MVP perspective, boy, I think it remains a long shot there. I would rather invest looking at CJ before I would even take a shot on Misiorowski, just knowing that Milwaukee it's been an open secret. They want to absolutely make sure that Miz is healthy into the end of the season and then be able to kind of unleash him and not worry about the innings threshold when they get to October.
Follow the money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Our guest, Jensen Lewis. You can listen to him and Dave Ross. Watch them as well. YouTube TV and beyond every single morning at 7 o'clock Eastern with VSiN by the books. Your best bets for tonight. Let's get into a couple of plays that you have labeled your 2.5 unit plays. We'll be getting Braves, Mets total here, about 8.5. Perez goes against Thornton, the scheduled starters here tonight. How do you want to attack this one?
Yeah, we'll play an over 8.5 here, Mitch. And a couple of things to keep in mind here. Braves have scored 60 runs in 10 games since the All-Star break. That is 4th most in Major League Baseball. You get Ronald Acuna Jr. back tonight. That'll be a nice jolt to the top of the lineup. Braves are 22-17-2 to the over as a road favorite, which they will be at least in some places tonight. The reason why I also like some offense from both sides, Martin Perez for the Braves tonight, 5.71 ERA in his last 4 starts, but it's 13 walks also in 17 1/3. So plenty of traffic, even without Juan Soto on the IL here for the Mets. I got to tell you, I know this is kind of zigging where people are zagging. Zach Thornton's been unbelievable. Yeah. The young left-hander here for the Braves. Mets, though, still 11-7-2 to the over as a home dog in some spots. So, again, shop around on it. But just looking earlier this morning, guys, situationally, feel that the way the Braves are swinging it, plus getting Acuna back, And then also knowing that Martin Perez has really allowed a lot of traffic here the last 3 to 4 times out, like the over 8.5 if you can find it tonight.
Martin Perez, by the way, fellas, that's my guy I'm never on the right side of. If I bet on him, he stinks. If I bet against him, he's Cy Young. Kind of like Iowa football. I'm just never on the right side. All right, next game for you here, J. Lou. Diamondbacks and Pirates. Merrill Kelly, Mitch Keller, probably 2-3 years ago. That was an elite pitching matchup. Plus 102 Arizona on the road. Keller minus 123 with the Buccos at home. 9.5 the total. What do you want to do?
Yeah, so this morning, guys, I had taken a unit on the under, and then I cashed out of it, just kind of seeing where some of the other trends were going here. I'm going to go play the over 8.5 now. It is a little bit juiced in the price that I got at $1.50, but again, kind of back to the same refrain. Guys, the Pirates best in baseball as a home favorite to the over, 25-6. And Mitch Keller, a 6.75 ERA over his last 9 starts with a field independent pitching of over 5.6, which is ridiculously high. Parlay that with Arizona, 63 runs scored in 10 games since the All-Star break. That is second most in Major League Baseball to only the Washington Nationals. I'm not going to get in the way of it. I thought I might get cute a little bit and see, where, Merrill Kelly and Mitch Keller had been going. I liked a little bit more of Merrill Kelly. But, man, this Pirate offense might be able to find a way to punch through, and I think Arizona takes advantage of Keller being up in the zone.
Here's another game, too, by the way, and I'm trying to think, like, the whole national narrative. Like, let's say that Chase Burns for the Reds finishes some crazy, let's say he's like 20-1. He's 12-1 on the year with a sub-2.5 ERA. It's going to be the least talked about guy with 20 wins that I can ever remember in my entire life, and it never happens anymore for the most part. And he's taking on a Guardians team tonight, and the Reds are big favorites, obviously. He's also... I think he's only lost one first 5 this entire year, Chase Burns. So, J. Lou, what's your play here on this game?
Let's start with the Burns angle because it is a strong one here, Mitch. 7 straight home starts where he's allowed 3 runs or fewer. You can go all the way back to April 16th when that streak started. Reds have been a paltry offense, though, here as of late. 37 runs since the All-Star break. That's 19th in Major League Baseball, and usually you see the uptick at Great American Ballpark, but Slade Ciccone going for the Guardians here in the battle for the the battle for the Ohio Cup. 7 straight road starts where he has actually allowed 3 runs or fewer. That streak is since May 7th. And for whatever reason, guys, Ciccone can get you into a little bit of a cluster here as a hitter where you should see it well, and then all of a sudden it's by you. It's a deceptive fastball and sinker, and as long as he has some decent breaking stuff tonight, the injury to Spencer Steer is going to be a problem for the Reds. They have, outside of Ellie De La Cruz, there's not been a lot to write home about with this offense. So I'm going to err on the side of both these pitchers kind of continue their trends, both home and road, and then also a couple of offenses that since the second half has started, guys, has really lacked a lot of production.
We were kicking around this play as well, so we like where your head's at. Philadelphia laying 1.5 on the road at Miami. The Marlins can't get out of their own way. Wheeler feels like he's got a chip on his shoulder. Minus 1.5 now is minus 113 on the road with the Phils. Total 7.5. They're minus $2 on the money line, plus 160 with the Fish. Talk to me about the process with the Phillies.
Man, you're right, Dustin. He is absolutely PO'd for the snub at the All-Star break, and that is a dangerous animal to try and wrangle. This is a great spot situationally. Of course, the Marlins on that historic 12-game losing streak, they're averaging only 2.5 runs scored during that, and 3 runs or fewer scored in 10 of their last 12 overall. I would say that Wheeler, too, great spot. And I think, Dustin, I heard you talk about wanting to ladder the strikeouts. I'm all for that. He's had 3 straight starts now, allowing 2 runs or fewer, and the Phillies average almost 5 runs of support in the games that he has started since he's come off the injured list. I'm not getting in front of it. I don't think anything changes here tonight. Phillies with a big outburst in Sunday Night Baseball. I think it carries over to South Beach tonight.
All right, same thing with the Brewers tonight. They cover this game by margin, win by 2 runs or more at the Giants.
Yeah, Giants have been bad. This is just a situational spot, Mitch, where we're getting a pitching mismatch. Tyler Mahle, who gets it for the Giants tonight, almost a 5 ERA in his last 4 starts. 5 innings or fewer, too, in 3 of those last 4. And then Brandon Sproat, 5 straight starts allowing 2 runs or fewer. He's at a 2.74 ERA. Just love the mismatch here. And this Brewers offense, guys, well-oiled machine. They can beat you in so many different ways. Love them to continue those good vibes out there in the Bay Area.
Very good. Pleasure as always, Jensen. We appreciate it. Best of luck tonight.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.
There you go. Jensen Lewis on the Progressive Guest Line, 7 a.m. every day, right here, Monday through Friday with Dave Ross, VSiN by the books.
You think I passed Paulie for most papers used on the network on the desk at one time?
You might be there.
I was trying to organize during the break, and I realized Paul's consolidated now that he actually uses a computer. When I produced you guys, Paul was on his phone the entire show.
Yeah, and I think that he has pushed like 30 papers on the desk at one time.
I'm pretty close right now.
You're getting there. Dial it back a little bit there, pal. College football up next. You love betting the Heisman Trophy.
Love it.
Okay, I feel like there is one player I need as a FOMO bet this year. Is it a wise investment or burning money? I'll ask D. Sweezy next.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6781. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6781. That's 800-575-6781. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Here's a look at your weather forecast, powered by weatherology.com. A mix of clouds and sun this afternoon with a high of 99. Northeast winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Chance for scattered thunderstorms tonight, lows around 73. 89 tomorrow, chance for scattered thunderstorms. Upper 80s Wednesday and Thursday with storms both days. And that's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley.
5 Points Bank has been proudly serving the Tri-City area for decades, and we are continuously finding ways to make your banking experience easy and enjoyable. We offer the best of both worlds with kind and welcoming employees in the bank while creating a strong online presence to accommodate your busy lifestyle. Our innovative technology adds layers of security while being easily accessible to all age groups. Stop into the Better Bank to learn more today.
Reuter Auction and Realty is proud to serve Nebraska and northern Kansas for the last 5 decades. We are experts in selling agricultural real estate. Our tools include traditional listings, simulcast auctions, and online-only auctions. Our dedication to details is second to none, and we realize most of our clients have one chance in a lifetime to sell their family's assets. We are full-time land brokers committed to our clients, trusted for decades. Call us today at 402-463-8565 or go to reuterauction.com.
Rev up your energy and fuel your body with the protein punch you've been craving. When it comes to nutrition, Highland Dairy has a wide range of locally made products. Discover tasty ways to a stronger, healthier you with Highland's range of yogurts, smoothies, flavored milk, and cottage cheese. For parents with picky eaters and trendsetters looking to jump on the revival of cottage cheese, Highland has what you need to hit your protein goals. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
If you're planning to build a new home or add an addition to your existing one, trust the experts at Gangwish Construction. From general contracting, basement pouring, to bathroom remodeling, concrete work, and deck building, they handle it all with precision and care. They take pride in doing the job right the first time, every time. Contact Jeff today at 402-460-0013 and experience quality craftsmanship with Gangwish Construction.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at HamiltonIsBusiness.com.
Since 1946, Cully Pipe and Steel continues to meet the pipe and steel needs of Greater Nebraska and Kansas. Cully Pipe and Steel is a one-stop shop for all of your pipe and steel needs. Cully Pipe and Steel stocks a wide variety of steel and plumbing products, from custom steel products to structural steel, rebar fabrication, steel fabrications, and retail and wholesale plumbing parts and fixtures. Remember, Cully Pipe and Steel of Hastings. They're located at 405 West South Street and the plumbing showroom at 300 South Colorado in Hastings.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Are you ready?
That ball is launched into the air way back. See ya! That is a home run. The count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's the ball hit in the left center field. That is a base hit.
You are listening to Legion Baseball on Extreme Sports. Now let's go to the field for today's game.
And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Duncan Field in Hastings. It's American Legion baseball coverage here this afternoon on Extreme Sports. Got the third round of the juniors tournament here today. Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes getting set to take on Lincoln East Duncan Aviation in the elimination ball game here today. Hastings 13-20 on the season. They got here by beating Gretna East yesterday by the score of 14-11. Hastings scored 9 runs in the second inning yesterday and then had to hold off Gretna East as they scored 4 runs in the 7th inning, but Hastings had a big enough lead, and they got out of there with the elimination game victory, 14-11 over Gretna East. Hastings losing to Bennington on Saturday by the score of 11-3. So the Braves come in here a record of 13 wins and 20 losses on the season, playing Lincoln East Duncan Aviation, the Jets. They come in here with a mark of 29 wins and 7 losses on the season. They beat Papillion La Vista on Saturday by the score of 8-3, and then dropped the game to Omaha Creighton Prep yesterday by the score of 9-5. So the elimination ball game, the winner will move on to another elimination game tomorrow afternoon at 4 here at Duncan Field. The loser is done for the season. These two teams have not seen each other all year long. However, Lincoln East Duncan Aviation has played a couple of area teams. They lost at Grand Island 5 Points Bank 5-3, and they beat Kearney Post 52 by the score of 12-3. Weather-wise, going to be another hot and steamy day here today. They did move the game time back an hour today, but I don't know if it helped too much. It's going to be 97 degrees here at game time with winds blowing out of the east at about 9 miles per hour. Nothing but sunshine baking the turf here at Duncan Field here this afternoon. So it's Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes and Lincoln East Duncan Aviation in our ball game here this afternoon from the juniors tournament at Duncan Field. Had a chance to sit down with Hastings head coach Nate Story. Spent a couple of minutes with Hastings head coach Nate Story, and coach into the third round of the state tournament. Got a good feeling today.
That's a great feeling. We're still playing, we're still alive, and we're at Duncan Field in Hastings, Nebraska. So what more could you ask for?
Lost to Bennington on Saturday. Picked up a good win yesterday. Talk about the play so far in the state.
It's just been a tale of 2 games. We gave up a big inning to Bennington day 1. We had a big inning yesterday and kind of kept us in it, and we tacked on when we needed to. It's just, again, it's the same thing I've been preaching all year. We got to be consistent. We got to make the routine plays, and we got to limit free bases. When we do that, we're really tough to beat.
Had 9 runs in the second inning yesterday, and then kind of held on there at the end to win the ball game in a shaky 7th inning.
It's just kind of, hats off to the guys for doing it. Yeah, we had the big second inning, but we also tacked on some later runs to kind of give us a little bit of cushion, which we ended up needing a little bit later. And I thought Cooper Larson was throwing well. They didn't hit him very hard. They just found the holes. And so had to go to Charlie, and, Charlie's he told me in the dugout before the inning started, he goes, Coach, I'm ready for it. Just give me the ball. I feel good. And so when you got confidence like that, I didn't think there was any doubt once we got into the seventh, no matter who was on the mound, we were going to win the game.
Talk about the play in the state tournament. What are you doing differently the last couple of ball games that maybe we didn't see during the regular season?
Honestly, it's just executing. We're getting our bunts down and doing what we're coached to do there. We're making the routine plays and making them routine. And I think, honestly, we got guys that are understanding their roles. They understand that they have to sacrifice bunt, or that their role might be courtesy running or pinch running. And, I think everyone's kind of bought into that, and seeing what we can do here has been fun.
Now you face a Lincoln East team that's very, very good. What's the scoop on these guys?
I mean, if you look at them from the spring to the summer for the past 5-7 years, I mean, they're the pinnacle of baseball in Nebraska. I mean, at the junior level, at the state level, they won the junior tournament 2 years ago. And it's just one of those things where they're extremely well coached, they're extremely deep, and we're going to have to be our absolute best to give ourselves a chance today.
What's it going to take to beat this team?
Man, we're going to have a lot of strikes in the mound, and we're going to have to make the plays. We got to make every routine play, and then we got to make a couple big ones. And then, when we get opportunities given to us on the bases when we're on offense, we got to make sure we take advantage of it. So we just got to execute and, play our game hard and fast and see what we can do with it.
Pitching-wise, in pretty good shape for today?
Yeah, absolutely. We got Luke Nolet starting on the mound. He's a guy that he wants the ball, and, you got to say, go get him, kid, and he will. And so after that, we're still deep. We got Cole Cooper, we got Isaac Luxon, we got Jackson Brooks, who's catching, Charlie Ratzliff, Mason Helton, Tim Hayek. So we got plenty of arms. It's just we got to get through one inning at a time right now.
All right, with Nolet on the mound, what do you got to see out of him today to be successful?
I got to see him stay composed first and foremost, and I got to see him just compete in the zone. I mean, they're going to swing and they're going to attack the fastball, absolutely. So you got to be able to keep him off speed. He's got a good changeup, and he's got a really good slider and curveball. So we're going to need all three of those pitches today, plus the fastball to get a win.
All right, good luck.
Thank you very much.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Since 1946, Cully Pipe and Steel continues to meet the pipe and steel needs of greater Nebraska and Kansas. Cully Pipe and Steel is a one-stop shop for all of your pipe and steel needs. Cully Pipe and Steel stocks a wide variety of steel and plumbing products. From custom steel products to structural steel, rebar fabrication, steel fabrications, and retail and wholesale plumbing parts and fixtures, remember Cully Pipe and Steel of Hastings. They're located at 405 West South Street and the plumbing showroom at 300 South Colorado in Hastings.
At Sustainable Seed Solutions, your area Beck's dealer, we are dedicated to serving area farmers by delivering the industry's most diverse product lineup, backed by personalized service and agronomic support. From localized recommendations to product selection and weed management insights, we are proud to put on our boots and walk side by side with you every season. Good luck to all area teams this season. Contact Ryan, Doug, or Adam at Sustainable Seed Solutions, your area Beck's dealer, at 402-751-0089 for more information, or find us on the web at sustainableseedsolutions.com. Taking care of your teeth and gums is important to keeping a healthy smile, and that's where we come in. Dr. Corey Bumgartner of Bumgartner Family Dentistry will provide exceptional oral care services to both children and adults. They offer routine cleanings and screenings, emergency and scheduled surgical and cosmetic procedures, and a teeth whitening program to all of their patients. Whatever your dental care needs, Bumgartner Family Dentistry is there to help. New patients are welcome. Just call 402-462-6484 or stop in and see them at 2217 West 12th Street in Hastings.
Extreme Sports
the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, and enjoy the journey of all this. We're trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
All right, Mike Will back here at Duncan Field in Hastings, the Class A Junior State American Legion Baseball Tournament here tonight as Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes gets ready to take on Lincoln East Duncan Aviation here in the elimination ball game. Winner of this game will move on to play another elimination game tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. They would play the loser of tonight's second ball game between Omaha Creighton Prep and Lincoln Southwest. The loser would be finished for the season. There was one game played earlier today. They had a 10 o'clock start for Bennington and Papillion La Vista. Bennington knocked off Papillion La Vista today by the score of 11-3. So Bennington moves on to play at 7 o'clock tomorrow night here in the juniors tournament. Right now, the playing of the national anthem as we get set for baseball today on Extreme Sports. All right, the playing of the national anthem getting set for baseball today from the Class A Junior State American Legion Baseball Tournament here at Duncan Field, Hastings, and Lincoln East going at it here in the elimination ball game. Tell you what, lots of folks joining us here on the upper concourse here at Duncan today looking for any kind of shade after we've had this grueling little hot spell here the past 3 or 4 days. And not much better today, 97 degrees again at game time with winds out of the east at about 9 miles per hour. Hastings will go with the starting lineup that looks like this here today. Charlie Retzloff will lead off for Hastings. He'll be the shortstop. Batting average is sitting at .356 on the season. Mason Mahoney will bat second. His average at .298. Jackson Brooks, the catcher, batting third, having a great year. His average at .431. Quinn Simmons, the first baseman, batting fourth. His average is at .282. Cooper Larson, the right fielder, batting fifth. His average at .304. Ian Cass, the left fielder, batting sixth. His average is at .254. Enrique Chavez Gutierrez will be your center fielder. He will bat seventh. His average at .222. Tim Hayek will be your designated hitter. His average at .298. Luke Nolette will be the pitcher today. .429 is his batting average. On the hill, he is 3-0 with 7.35 earned run average. Then Mason Helton will be your third baseman today for Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes. Hastings going to be the visiting team on the scoreboard despite playing here at Duncan tonight. Lincoln East, the home team. Hastings will be up to the plate first here. Hastings going to be dressed in their red uniforms here in this ball game, at least their red tops and their white bottoms. Lincoln East going to be dressed in their white bottoms and their black tops. Probably not a good uniform choice today for Lincoln East with the temps in the upper 90s and wearing black uniforms today. There's a pitch that's going to be in there for a strike on Charlie Retzloff. Again, he's got a .356 batting average on the season. He will bat here from the right-hand side. The pitcher is going to be Tyson Beach for Lincoln East. He's a right-handed thrower. And the pitch is going to be outside for a ball, 2 balls, and 1 strike now to Retzloff. Just underway. This will be a 7-inning ball game. third round of the state tournament here from Duncan, as the next pitch is going to be fouled away. First base side. Retzloff again at 356 batting average. He's got 36 base hits, 101 trips to the plate, 6 doubles and a couple of triples for his extra base hits here this year with 19 RBIs. The next pitch here by Beach is going to be a little bit outside for a ball. That's 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Charlie Retzloff for Hastings. Retzloff with 19 RBIs. He's got 24 runs scored, 16 base on balls, and 11 strikeouts for Charlie Retzloff. He'll be a shortstop today for JIH. Tyson Beach, full windup. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. And on the ground, slow roller right side, fielded by the first baseman. He gets it over to the pitcher, Beach, covering the bag. And Charlie Retzloff is retiring the play from the first baseman over to the pitcher covering the bag. Tyson Beach over there covering the bag for Lincoln East. Here comes Mason Mahoney to the plate next. Mason Mahoney is the second baseman. He's got a batting average of .298 on the season. 25 base hits and 84 trips to the plate. He's going to take a strike here. Mahoney with 22 singles. He's got 3 doubles to his credit so far this year. 13 RBIs, 22 runs scored, 18 base on balls, and 16 strikeouts. Takes another strike here. And now Mahoney falls behind in the count at no balls and 2 strikes. Tyson Beach, the pitcher, his next pitch is going to be in there for a called third strike on the outside corner. Mason Mahoney goes down a strikeout here for a Tyson Beach. And that's going to bring up the hot-hitting Jackson Brooks next for Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes. Brooks with a batting average of .431 in the season. 31 base hits for Brooks. There's a ground ball to short field there. The throw over to first base. The throw is low, but it's dug off of the turf here by the first baseman for Lincoln East, and the inning is over for Hastings here in the first. Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the first inning with a score: Hastings nothing, Lincoln East nothing. You're listening to the State Legion Baseball Tournament on Extreme Sports.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Beck's, the largest family-owned retail seed company in the United States, is dedicated to the needs and profitability of America's farmers. This is Sustainable Seed Solutions, your local Beck's dealer. Did you know that Beck's is the only company with access to every approved trait in the United States? This advantage allows us to remove the bias from sales and focus on what's best for farmers. For more information, call Ryan, Doug, or Adam at 402-751-0089 or find us at sustainableseedsolutions.com. Beck's would like to wish all area teams the best of luck this season.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammers deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone!
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great! Let's be great!
We are Extreme Sports.
All right, back here at Duncan Field in Hastings. We go to the bottom half of the first inning. No score between Hastings and Lincoln East. Luke Nolette is going to be the pitcher for Hastings in this ball game today. Nolette has thrown 20 innings for a JIH here this summer. This will be his 12th appearance of the season, but only his 3rd start. So Luke Nolette playing here in the elimination ball game as the starting pitcher. Nolette, out of those 20 innings, He has given up 23 hits, 31 runs, 21 of those earned, 23 base on balls, 9 strikeouts, 7.35 is his earned run average. Jace Wentworth, the center fielder, is a guy coming to the plate here to start things off for Lincoln East Duncan Aviation. That's a very good team. The program at Lincoln East is very good. They won the seniors. Well, actually, they won the high school championship during the spring, and their seniors team is playing in the state tournament and have advanced well into the tournament on the seniors division. Same thing for the juniors here, playing in the elimination ball game, day number 3 against Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes. 3 balls, 1 strike here to Wentworth. Next pitch is going to be outside for a ball. And a base on ball is given up there by Luke Nolette. That's something that we cannot do here today. And that's give Lincoln East a lot of extra opportunities with walks and hit batters and errors. You got to keep these guys off of the base pads because check their results of their games this year. They can put up a lot of runs. There goes the runner at first base. And he's going to get in there, stolen base down to second. Catcher for Hastings, Jackson Brooks, actually dropped the ball out of his glove after the pitch was thrown there by Luke Nolette. So Wentworth is now the base runner down there at second base for Lincoln East. Nolette looks in for the sign from his catcher, Jackson Brooks. Throws one on the plate. That's going to be inside. Did it hit him? Yes, it did. Here we go. A walk and a hit batter, just like I said. You can't give these guys a lot of extra chances. And the first 2 guys that come to the plate here have gotten on board with a free pass. Here comes Braxton Henry next. He is the left fielder. So Lincoln East has got base runners on at first and second base here in the bottom half of the first inning. No score between Hastings and the Spartans here tonight. And here comes the next pitch from Luke Nolette. It's on the way. That's going to be a little bit outside, a little bit low. And the count 1 ball and no strikes. Officially, Lincoln East Duncan Aviation Jets are their name here on the Allegiance side of things. They got the Spartans, of course, Lincoln East Spartans on their uniforms today. 1 ball and no strikes to Henry. There's the ball. It's going to be down low. The ball gets away from the catcher, Brooks, out in front of the plate. And the runners will advance to second and third. So East has not got runners out in scoring position at second and third base. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the first inning. And the count to Braxton Henry is sitting at 2 balls and no strikes. Here comes the next pitch. That's going to be inside for a ball. And it is now 3 balls and no strikes. Tyson Beach, the pitcher, and the designated hitter would be next. Braxton Henry with a 3-0 count here at the plate for Lincoln East. Here comes the pitch by Nolette. That's going to be in there for a strike on the outside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike. Winner plays again tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the elimination game. The loser is finished for the season. There's a ball hit down the line in right field, and that is going to fall in foul territory. So after falling behind 3-0, Nolette has got the count full now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The number 3 hitter in the batting order for Lincoln East Duncan Aviation. This is Braxton Henry batting here from the right-hand side. Nolette's got his sign from his catcher into Jackson Brooks. Here comes the full windup. There's a pitch that's going to be hit out towards center field. Gutierrez settles under it, makes the catch, gets the ball back to the infield. And the runner is going to score from third base on a sac fly. Braxton Henry flies out to center field. But produces a run as Jace Wentworth comes in from third base to score. And just like that, Lincoln East Duncan Aviation has got the lead over Hastings here in this elimination ball game. The score is 1-0. The runner at second base is going to stay put. That's Landon Poplowski. And now coming up to the plate is going to be Tyson Beach. So now there's 1 man out One run is in for Lincoln East. It's a 1-0 ball game. Tyson Beach, the pitcher, and the designated hitter is up there now for the Jets. The pitch here by Luke Nolet is going to be outside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Nolet working from the stretch now. That base runner out at second base. Staring down to the dish. Looking for the sign from Jackson Brooks. He's got it. Comes set. He's at the belt. And now a quick throw to a second base. That's going to be close. And he's going to get back in there. Boy, Nolet, he thought he had a pickoff. He jumped off of the mound there. Jumping for joy. But back in there was Topolsky. Just under the tag. 2 balls and no strikes here at the plate. There's a ball that's going to be hit to right center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. That's going to score a run. Around the bag at first, going to second base is going to be Beach. He is going to make a big turn at second. He's heading for third base. A head first slide at third. A run-scoring triple there for Tyson Beach. Sends that one right in the gap out in the right center field. That's going to score a run, and just like that, after 4 batters, Lincoln East has got a 2-0 lead over Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes here in the elimination ball game of the junior state tournament. There's Henry Cruz coming up there next. Cruz is the catcher. Still nobody, actually one man out here for Lincoln East in this first inning of play. Cruz has the number 0 on that black uniform. Next pitch still in here by Nolet is going to be inside for a ball. There's now 2 balls and no strikes. Nolet now taking a little stroll around the pitcher's mound. Draws on top of the hill, and here's the next pitch way outside for a ball. 3 balls and no strikes. And the Hastings 5 Points Bank season ended yesterday with a 5-2 loss to Millard South in the elimination ball game of the seniors tournament at Elkhorn North. So their season is over, 16-18-1. They finished the season. The Braves still playing here, but they're trailing 2-0 here in the elimination ball game. Next pitch is going to be up high for a ball, and that is going to be the 3rd free pass given up here by Nolet in the first inning. Cruz heads down to first base. That's going to be walk number 2 in the ball game for Nolet. He's also hit a man. And here comes Nate Story already out of the dugout for Hastings to talk with Nolet. And, boy, just like that, we're going to have a pitching change as Nate Story doesn't like what he sees from Luke Nolet after 5 batters in this ball game. So Hastings going to make a pitching change early in this ball game. There's no tomorrow. They got to pull out all the stops here today, and Story's going to make a pitching change 5 batters in to the ball game. We'll take a break with the score. Lincoln East 2, Hastings 0. You're listening to Legion Baseball on Extreme Sports.
If you're looking for screen printing or embroidery work, turn to the experts at Protein Design of Grand Island. They have over 19 years of experience and are locally owned. The staff at Protein Design can create that shirt for your special event with custom screen printing services. Or get some custom embroidery on your clothing, hats, bags, or other accessories. At Protein Design of Grand Island, you can get the uniforms for your high school or college sports teams too. Get a quote by simply going to the website at proteindesign.com or by calling 308-203-4044. There's in-store pickup and delivery available. Protein Design, 2716 Old Fair Road in Grand Island.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
If you are looking for good food at a reasonable price, you have to check out District 14 Bar and Pizza in Hastings. Choose a delicious, piping hot pizza with homemade thin or thick crust. Get one of their traditional pizzas like hamburger, pepperoni, or sausage, Or try one of their specialty pizzas like Combination, Chicken Bacon Ranch, or Barbecue Shrimp. District 14 Bar and Pizza also serves your favorite burgers and sandwiches. Dine-in and carry-out are available. Plus, you can catch all the games on one of their big screen TVs. That's District 14 Bar and Pizza, 1105 Theater Drive in Hastings.
You are listening to Legion Baseball on Extreme Sports.
All right, Mike Will back here at Duncan Field in Hastings. It's a 2-0 ball game as Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes is trailing Lincoln East Duncan Aviation here in the first inning. Nicholas Garcia is going to be the batter that comes to the plate here for Lincoln East. Timothy Hayek is the new pitcher in the very first pitch that he throws to the plate. He hits a batter. Garcia is going to be hit by a pitch here. So now the bases are loaded for Lincoln East. True Larson is the next guy to come to the plate here. So True Larson is going to come to the plate. He is the shortstop. Hayek throws under the plate. That's going to be inside for a ball. So a rough start for Hastings here in the first inning. Hayek, a right-handed thrower here for Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes, trying to get out of this first inning jam with no further damage done. There's a pitch that's going to be thrown in there for a strike. And the count now is at 1 ball and 1 strike. Larson down here, the number 7 hole for Lincoln East. Next pitch there is a fastball. It's going to miss outside. And the count now is at 1 ball and 1 strike here. Bases loaded for Lincoln East. There's only 1 man out here in the inning. Hayek working for the stretch. Throws one to the plate. That's going to be down low for another ball. That's 3 balls and 1 strike. No place to put True Larson here. Bases are jammed for Lincoln East. Duncan Aviation. 3-1 is the count. 1 man out. Hayek again looking in for the sign here. Hayek's going to throw one to the plate, and that is going to be inside for a ball, and he walks him. Walk number 1 there by Hayek. That is going to drive home a run as
Jake Gertz, third base.
Lincoln East goes out on top now by a score of 3-0 here in this ball game. Well, we talked in the pregame, giving Lincoln East free passes with a bunch of walks and hit batters is exactly what's happening. And Hastings is trailing the ball game now by a score of 3-0. Jake Gertz is the guy here at the plate. He is the third baseman. Hastings will play with the infield in and trying to chop down any potential run here at the plate. Bases are still loaded here for Lincoln East. There's only 1 man out. Pitch thrown here is going to be in there for a strike. 0-2 now to Jake Gertz. Shea Clanton would be next here for Lincoln East. Hastings is trying to get out of the inning. 3-0. Lincoln East has got to lead. Hayek comes set as he looks at the runners around the base pads. The next pitch is going to be outside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jackson Brooks behind the plate. And now Hayek is on the mound here for Hastings. Mason Helton is down there at third base. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. It's on the way. That is going to miss, and it's 2-2. Charlie Rutzloff at shortstop. Mason Mahoney at second base. Quinn Simmons is at first base. Ian Cass out in left field, and Ricky Chavez Gutierrez out in center. Cooper Larson is out in right field today for Hastings. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Jake Gertz. Here comes the next pitch. Hit on the ground toward first base. That's going to be in foul territory. And they count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Timothy Hayek throwing out there now for Hastings. An early call here to the bullpen as Luke Nolette could not get out of the first inning. There's a ground ball right side fielded there at the first base. They run over and touch the bag. Simmons goes over and gets the sure out on Jake Gertz. So he's retiring the play, but he's also going to drive home a run. And Lincoln East goes out on top of Hastings now by a score of 4-0 here in this first inning. And now here comes Shea Clanton to the plate next. He is the second baseman. He will bat from the right-hand side. As Hayek will come set and fires under the plate. That's going to be down low for a ball. Hayek has thrown 16 innings for JIH this year. He is making his 9th appearance of the season. Out of those 16 innings, he's given up 25 hits, 22 runs, 17 of those earned, 16 base on balls, and 11 strikeouts. His earned run average is at 7.43 for Timothy Hayek. So Luke Nolette got to start here for Hastings and pitched 5 batters and could only record 1 out. So a short hook by head coach Nate Story. There's no tomorrow here. It's their do or die for Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes. They needed to win to continue their season. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Shea Clanton. He is the second baseman here for Lincoln East. Here comes the 2-1 pitch, hit on the ground towards short. Retzlaff gobbles it up, goes over to first base. That is going to be in time. And Hastings finally gets out of the inning, but Lincoln East sends 9 guys to the plate here in the first inning of play, and they score 4 runs. 4 runs for Lincoln East here in the opening inning on 1 base hit. The RBI triple by Tyson Beach. No errors on Hastings. And we had 2 runners left on base. So we go to the second inning of play. Lincoln East has got the lead. Lincoln East 4, Hastings nothing. You're listening to Legion Baseball on Extreme Sports.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at HamiltonIsBusiness.com.
All right, back here at Duncan Field, it's a 4-0 ball game. Hastings is trailing Lincoln East here. This is Quinn Simmons at the plate. He's going to send that ball out toward left field. That's going to fall in fair territory. So Simmons gets a board here for Hastings here in the second inning of play. Simmons came in here with a batting average of .282 on the season. So he gets the first base hit of the ball game here for Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes. Coming up there next is going to be Cooper Larson. Larson with a batting average of .304 on the season. He will bat here from the left-hand side. There's a bouncing ball to a shortstop. They field it there. They go to second base for 1 over to first base. The throw is wild. Larson is going to get a board here. So they chop down to Quinn Simmons down there at the second base. The shortstop, Larson, going over to Shea Clanton to record the out. Larson's going to get a board there at first base as the relay throw was a little wide of the target there. So there's one man out here for Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes in the second inning of play. Ian Cass is the next guy to come to the plate here for Hastings. Cass is down here in the number 6 spot in the batting order. 254 is his batting average on the season as he steps in there from the right-hand side. Beach fires one to the plate. A fastball is going to be up high for a ball. Cass has got 18 base hits. He's got 71 trips to the plate so far this year. Again, a 254 batting average. Cass has got 6 doubles. He's got a couple of triples to his credit so far this year with 14 RBIs. Pitch here is going to be outside for a ball. And to count 2 balls and no strikes. Cass with 16 runs scored, 13 base on balls. He's got 19 strikeouts on the season. And here comes the next pitch. He fouls that baby away.
Please return.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Press box 2 for 50 cents, courtesy of Pinnacle Bank.
Base runner down there at first base is Cooper Larson. There's one man out for Hastings here in the second inning after Lincoln East scores 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning. Here comes the next pitch here by Beach. That is going to be in there for a strike in the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Legion baseball coverage here tonight on Extreme Sports. Tyson Beach, the pitcher here for Lincoln East, fires another one to the plate. Ground ball to first base. They go to second base for 1. Back over to first. That's not going to be in time. So again, they chop down the runner heading to second base. That was Cooper Larson. The first baseman grabs that one, Garcia. He makes a play on the ball to the shortstop covering the bag. That was Larson. The relay throw back over the first base, not in time. So Cass is going to get aboard, but now there's 2 outs here for Hastings here in the second inning. Enrique Chavez Gutierrez coming to the plate here for Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes. He's going to take a look at a pitch here. It's going to be outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Gutierrez with a batting average of 222 on the season, down here in the number 7 spot. There's a bouncing ball right back to the pitcher. Beach runs at the first base, tosses it to the first baseman, Garcia, and the inning is going to be over as Gutierrez has retired to the play from pitcher the first. Hastings in the second inning, no runs on a base hit, no errors, and a runner left on base. We are through the first inning and a half here tonight in this elimination ball game. The score, Lincoln East 4, Hastings nothing. You're listening to Legion Baseball on Extreme Sports.
Fill up on courtesy and convenience with Fill In Chill, your one-stop shop to fuel your tank, your body, and your passion for the game. With 14 locations across central Nebraska and 6 in Hastings, they've got you covered, whether you're on your way to the game or headed home with a win. Check them out on Facebook or at fillinchill.com.
Since the 1970s, Midwest Farm Management has been guiding farm families with trusted advice and proven results. We know your land is more than an investment. It's your legacy for the next generation. That's why our experienced team helps landowners make smart decisions, protect family farms, and maximize returns. For over 50 years, families across the Midwest have relied on us to manage their farmland with care and integrity. Midwest Farm Management, experience you can count on for the family you love. Learn more at MidwestFarmManagement.com.
Keep it here on Extreme Sports.
Hits it to right field. Brennan is back. He's at the wall, and we are tied.
Your all-access pass to nonstop sports talk and live play-by-play coverage.
You guys are the number 1 sports station because you make the phones light up.
Chase Wentworth, center field.
Mike Will back here at Duncan Field in Hastings. Legion baseball coverage here tonight on Extreme Sports. Elimination ball game of the Class A Junior State Tournament. Lincoln East, they batted around. They sent 9 men to the plate in inning number 1, scored 4 runs. So we're back to the top of the order here. This is Jace Wentworth coming to the plate. Wentworth, he had a a walk in the first inning and then came around to a score run for the Jets. There's a swing and a miss here. And they got it, no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 here to Jace Wentworth. He's a right-handed hitter. This is Timothy Hayek now on the mound for Hastings. There's a ball that's going to be hit out to right center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Larson knocks it down out there. But a base hit here for Jace Wentworth. And Lincoln East has got a base runner on here to lead off the second inning of play. Landon Topolsky is the guy coming up there next. He was hit by a pitch, scored a run in inning number 1. So he is back up here. He will bat here from the left-hand side. So base runner is on at first base, already a 4-0 ball game in favor of Lincoln East. Now there's the pitch. It's going to be down low, and the runner's going to go from first base, a stolen base there for Wentworth as he moves into scoring position now at second base. No balls and 1 strike now to Landon Topolsky. Nobody out here in the second inning of play. Next pitch is going to be up high for a ball. And the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. There's the next pitch and a swing and a miss here. And the count is now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 4-0 is the score. Hastings trailing Lincoln East Duncan Aviation in a do-or-die ball game here tonight. Topolsky down with the count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Braxton Henry would be next. Man is on at second base. That is Wentworth. Hayek comes set here for Hastings. Hayek is going to fire one to the plate. Breaking pitch there is going to be outside for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lincoln East, they are 29-7 on the season. Hastings coming in here with a mark of 13 wins and 20 losses. Topolsky has a count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here for East in the second inning of play. Hayek again working from the stretch. Throws one to the plate. That is going to be down low for a ball. It just misses. Down 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 the count to the right fielder for Lincoln East, Landon Topolsky. Their base runner is Wentworth down there at second base. He takes his lead. The shortstop, Charlie Retzloff, is hanging around the bag there at second base. And here comes the next pitch from Hayek. It's on the way. That's going to be outside for a ball, and he walks him. A base on balls given up here to Topolsky. That's going to be Hayek's second walk of the ball game. Nolet, he walked 2 guys and hit a man in the first 5 batters of this ball game. So Lincoln East again with base runners on at first and second base. Nobody out here in the second inning. Braxton Henry is the guy coming to the plate next. Henry had a sac fly in the first inning of play. He's going to take a pitch here. A fastball that's going to be in there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike here to Braxton Henry. 4-0 to score. Lincoln East has got the lead. Here comes the next pitch. It's going to be way outside for a ball. 1-1 the count here. Tyson Beach would be next. Well, Hastings got to put out the fire here. Lincoln East, they can put up a lot of runs in a hurry. They've got 4 of them on the board already. 2 runners on the base pads right now here in the second inning of play. 1-1 is the count. Hayek looks toward second base and offers one up to the plate. There's a ground ball left side. That's going to get through there by Retzloff's glove at shortstop. A runner is going to come in to score, and Lincoln East has got runners on at first and second base. An RBI single there by Braxton Henry. Going to bring around Jace Wentworth to make it a 5-0 ball game now. Topolsky moves down to second base on the play, and Lincoln East has put a 5 spot up on Hastings early in this ball game. Here comes Tyson Beach to the plate next. Tyson Beach, he had an RBI triple in the first inning of play, boys. A big old boy. He's the pitcher for Lincoln East here today. Now he stands in the right-hand batter's box. Hayek will go to work on him. There's the ball. It's going to be fouled away here on the first base side. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. American Legion baseball action here today. Again, the seniors team for Hastings. Hastings 5 points back. They were eliminated from the seniors tournament yesterday, losing to Millard South by a score of 5-2. Johnson Imperial Homes picked up a win yesterday in the elimination ball game over Gretna East to advance 14-11. That's why we're playing here today. Another elimination ball game of the juniors tournament. Next pitch thrown there by Hayek is going to be inside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Tyson Beach. Base runners on at first and second base here. For Lincoln East, Duncan Aviation. Hayek will come set again as he looks at the runner at second base. Throws one to the plate. That pitch is going to be up high for a ball. And the count is sitting at 2 balls and 1 strike now. Two and 1 is the count. Nobody is out. Tyson Beach is the batter here. Taking a long time between pitches, and now he throws it at the plate. That's going to be in there for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grand Island Home Federal is playing an elimination game today in the seniors tournament over in Kearney. They've got a lead. Grand Island Home Federal 6-3 over Papillion. So Home Federal trying to stay alive. They were beaten last night in extra innings. Next pitch is going to be outside and down low. And the count now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three and 2, Tyson Beach. Up to the plate here for Lincoln East, Duncan Aviation. Still nobody out here for East. Base runners on at first and second base. 1 run already in here for the Jets. Here comes a 3-2 pitch. Nope, it's going to be Hayek wheeling towards second base. No throw. Over there was a Retzloff, the shortstop, covering the bag, but no throw. Back in there was Landon Topolsky, the runner here for Lincoln East. 3 balls, 2 strikes here to Tyson Beach. Hayek throws one to the plate here. The ball is going to be popped up and is going to get out of play. Count remains at 3 balls and 2 strikes. A win here would send Hastings into another elimination ball game tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock against the loser of the next game coming up between Creighton Prep and Lincoln Southwest. You lose this game, you're done for the season. Next pitch is a fastball there. Is going to miss. So after Beach fouled away a couple of pitches here, Hayek loses him with a base on balls. And now Lincoln East has the bases loaded again here in the second inning. Hayek's 3rd walk of the ball game. And here comes Nate Story back out of the dugout here for Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes. He asked for the baseball. And we're going to have a pitching change again for JIH. Yeah, there's no tomorrow, so you got to just keep wheeling these guys out here to see if anybody's got the hot hand here tonight. The 3rd pitcher used now for Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes, and it'll come in the 2nd inning of play. So we'll take a break. Lincoln East has got the lead over Hastings. Lincoln East 5, Hastings nothing. You're listening to Legion Baseball on Extreme Sports.
Welcome to Mid-America Truck Sales, where customer satisfaction is our top priority. With over 40 years of combined experience, Joe and Brandon have been proudly serving Hastings and the surrounding communities. Whether you're looking for a top-quality pre-owned truck, trailer, or piece of equipment, we've got you covered. At Mid-America Truck Sales, we believe the buying process should be stress-free, simple, and yes, even fun. Our goal? To earn your trust and have you recommend us to your family and friends. Unmatched quality, unbeatable deals. Stop by today. We're located at 3300 UTEC Avenue, just behind Menards and Hastings. Or visit us online at midamericatrucksales.com.
Farm ground is more than dirt. It's history, it's family, it's legacy. At Rooter Auction and Realty, we've been rooted in agriculture for nearly 60 years, helping landowners across Nebraska and Kansas market and sell their farmland with integrity. Our team combines proven sales methods with powerful marketing to bring you the right buyers and the best results. Licensed in Nebraska and Kansas, we know farming because we live it. When it's time to sell your farmland, trust Rooter Auction and Realty. Visit RooterAuction.com, where farmland meets its future.
All right, the new pitcher for Hastings is going to be Isaac Luxon as he comes on here in the second inning of play with his team trailing 5-0. And the bases are loaded here for Lincoln East. So Isaac Luxon is going to make an appearance here for JIH here in this elimination ball game. Luxon has thrown only 8 1/3 innings for the Braves here this summer. He's a left-handed thrower. Henrik Cruz is a guy here at the plate for Lincoln East. He reached on base on balls back there in the first inning. Luxon making his 8th appearance of the season. Again, he's thrown only 8 1/3 innings, giving up 7 hits, 13 runs, 12 of those earned. Luxon on a 2-0 pitch. Goes out one of the plate is going to be inside for a ball. So Luxon, 8 1/3 innings. He has walked 17 guys. He has struck out 6 guys. So Luxon being called on here to try to save the day for Johnson Imperial Homes. There's a pitch that's going to be in there for a strike. Luxon has a earned run average of 10.08. Three balls and 1 strike here. Luxon comes set with the bases loaded. Here comes the next pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. And that's going to be a walk that drives home a run. Cruz is going to head down to the bag at first base. Drives home another run for Lincoln East. Bases are still loaded here in this second inning of play. It is now a 6-0 ball game in favor of Lincoln East. And now coming up there is going to be Garcia. Nicholas Garcia is going to come to the plate next for Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes. 6-0. Lincoln East with a lead. And here's a pitch. It's going to be in there for a strike on the outside corner. Luxon, a left-handed thrower. Hastings will play with the infield in. Still nobody out for Lincoln East. Duncan Aviation here in this second inning of play. 6-0. Lincoln East with a lead. Luxon fires one to the plate. That's an off-speed pitch there. It's going to be fouled away. Down the first base side, out of play. Now they count at no balls and 2 strikes. And earlier today, they played one of the elimination games earlier today at 10 o'clock. Bennington knocked off Papillion here in the state tournament and the junior side of things. Final score of 11-3 today. Hastings playing Lincoln East here in the second ball game, and then the third one is going to be at 8 o'clock tonight with Creighton Prep taking on Lincoln Southwest. No balls and 2 strikes to Nicholas Garcia. He is the first baseman. Lincoln East sent 9 guys to the plate in the first inning. Garcia is now the 6th guy to come to the plate here in inning number 2. There's a ground ball to third base, going to be fielded there. The throw at home is going to be in time, but Brooks drops the ball, and a run comes in to score. Garcia is going to get aboard with the fielder's choice. Coming in to score on the play is going to be Braxton Henry. The ball was fielded there at third base by Hastings' Mason Helton. He did what he was supposed to do and throw it to the plate. Jackson Brooks was there. He made the tag on the sliding runner, but the ball pops out of his glove, and everybody's going to be safe here. The bases still loaded. It's now a 7-0 ball game in favor of Lincoln East. There's True Larson coming to the plate next. He's going to take a strike, 0-1. Next pitch here by Luxon is going to be outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Larson reached on a base on balls in the first inning of play. Luke Nolette was the starting pitcher for Hastings. Tim Hyatt came on. And now the third pitcher, and Isaac Luxon trying his luck. 2 balls and 1 strike. We talked about how potent this lineup was in the pregame show with Nate Story. You cannot afford to give up a bunch of walks and hit batters, and that's exactly what we're doing here tonight. And we're trailing 7-0 here in this elimination ball game. Next pitch is going to be down low for a ball. Now 3 balls and 1 strike. Jake Gertz would be next. Long start to the ball game here tonight. All one-sided with Lincoln East. There comes a 3-1 pitch. That's going to be fouled away here on the first base side. And the count is now sitting at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch is going to be inside for a ball. Ball gets away from the catcher, Jackson Brooks, but only 1 run is going to come in to score. That is going to be the second walk by Isaac Luxon.
Jake Gertz, third base.
And now Gertz is going to come to the plate next. Jake Gertz, the third baseman, number 8 in the batting order. Still nobody out here in the second inning. 4 runs in here in this inning. 4 runs in the first inning. 8-0 is the score. Lincoln East putting it to Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes here in this elimination ball game of the state tournament. Gertz goes after the first pitch, 0-1. There's the next pitch by Isaac Luxon, a breaking pitch that's going to stay up high for a ball. Well, Nate said he had plenty of pitchers to get through the ball game. I don't think he envisioned this. He's already on his third pitcher, and we are not yet out of the second inning of play. In fact, we have nobody out here in the second inning. 1-1 is the count. Next pitch is going to be in there for a strike on the inside corner. About letter high. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Jake Gertz. Lincoln East 29-7 on the season. Good program there at Lincoln East. Their seniors team is very good. They won the high school baseball championship during the spring. Next pitch is going to be outside for a ball. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Shea Clanton would be next. Isaac Luxon looking in for the sign. Bases are loaded here for Lincoln East. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That ball is going to be poked foul on the first base side, out of play.
Please turn foul balls to the press box for 50 cents.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here for Lincoln East. 4 runs in. 8-0 is the score if you're just joining us. But all Lincoln East so far in the ball game. Here comes the next pitch from Luxon. That ball is going to be fouled away. Ball chaser is getting a workout. Gertz still on the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls and 2 strikes here to Gertz. Luxon again comes set, fires under the plate. There's a bouncing ball to second base. Mahoney bobbles the ball at second. Now throws it to first base, and the ball is going to be dropped there by Simmons, and everybody's going to be safe. Mahoney bobbles the ball at second base, then throws it to the first baseman, Quinn Simmons. Simmons has it fall out of his gloves, so Jake Gertz is going to get aboard on the error. Boy, could have chalked up 2 errors on that play. Cruz comes in to score. That makes it now a 9-0 ball game in favor of Lincoln East. Still nobody out. And Shea Clanton is going to come to the plate next. He's going to take a swing here, and a swing and a miss. 9-0 is the score. Lincoln East has got the lead over Hastings. Johnson, Imperial, Holmes, Clanton. He grounded out his first time up there. And here comes the next pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. One ball and 1 strike here. Luxon trying to get out of this second inning of play. One and 2, the count here to Shea Clanton. Bases loaded for Lincoln East. Hastings playing with the infield in. There's the next pitch there by Luxon. That's going to be down low for a ball. Well, not what we envisioned here today. Hastings unable to get out of the second inning here, still with nobody out, and 9 guys have come to the plate. There's the ball. It's going to be popped up over here on the first base side. It's going to be in foul territory, and it's going to fall. Unable to get to it. It falls. So Clanton now with a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. By the way, Luke Nolette is now playing out in right field for Hastings as my monitor finally updates. There's the ball. It's going to be hit out toward left field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Picked up there by Cass. A run is going to come in to score. And he just keep the machine rolling along here. Shea Clanton gets an RBI single here in the second inning of play. That brings home Garcia from third base. The bases will still be loaded in the ball game. Guess what? We've battered around here as Jace Wentworth is going to come back up to the plate now for Lincoln East. 10-0 is the score. Lincoln East with a lead. Wentworth back up there for the 3rd time here today, and we're just in the second inning. He has walked once, and he is singled once in the ball game. So he's officially 1 for 1 in this ball game with a couple of runs scored. First pitch here by Nolette is going to be down low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Luxon working from the stretch. Here comes the next pitch. It's going to be fouled away. Luke Nolette officially went 1/3 of an inning tonight. Gives up 1 hit, 4 runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts. Hyatt came on and threw 2/3 of an inning. He gives up 2 hits, 4 runs, with 3 walks, no strikeouts. Now Isaac Luxon, he's given up a hit, 2 runs, 2 walks. Hasn't recorded an out yet. There's a high fly ball out toward the right field, and that's going to be dropped by Luke Nolet. He drops the ball, the third error of the ball game for the Braves, and that produces yet another run here for Lincoln East. Boy, a drop ball out there by Nolet in the outfield. That produces another run for Lincoln East, and it's an 11-0 ball game. Hastings is trailing the ball game. The third error for Hastings here in this ball game. Landon Topolsky is coming up there next. He's going to foul away the pitch here. Lincoln East now with 4 base hits. Hastings has helped them along with 3 errors in this ball game. 11-0, Lincoln East with the lead. Topolsky waits on the pitch. It's going to be an inside pitch here, a fastball that misses. Well, just one of those days, and unfortunately it's going to happen here in the elimination ball game of the state tournament. Hastings all of a sudden cannot find the strike zone in the first 2 innings of play. 19 guys have come to the plate now for Lincoln East in the first 2 innings. There's the ball. It's going to be fouled away. Third base side. Temperature sitting at 97 degrees at game time, making it a miserable night here for most of the folks on hand. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Landon Topolsky. Hastings playing with the infield in. There's the ball. It's going to be hit out toward right field. That's going to fall for a base hit right on the line. 1 run is going to score. Here comes the second one to the plate. Lincoln East will have runners on at second and third base. Landon Topolsky is going to get a 2-run single. He's going to take second base on the throw in. And Lincoln East now with a lead over Hastings. It's now a 13-0 ball game. That one falls right on the line down there at right field. Picked up by Nolet.
Braxton Henry.
Here comes Braxton Henry to the plate next. He is the left fielder. He had an RBI single in the first inning of play. He's also got a sacrifice fly in the ball game. First pitch to him is going to be outside for a ball. Nobody up and throwing for Hastings down in the bullpen. Henry is your batter here for Lincoln East. There's the ball. It's going to be hit to left center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes the second one to the plate, and pulling up at second base with a 2-run double is going to be Braxton Henry. Henry drives home 2 more runs for Lincoln East in this ball game.
Tyson Beach.
And Hastings is now trailing by the score of 15-0 in this ball game. Still nobody out here in the second inning of play. Tyson Beach, the pitcher, is coming up here next for Lincoln East. And here comes the pitch to him. That's going to be fouled away on the first base side out of play. This is the 22nd guy to come to the plate here for Lincoln East in the first 2 innings of play. And we still have a goose egg on the scoreboard where it allocates the outs. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Tyson Beach. Nolet threw a total of 21 pitches while he was out there tonight. Hayek threw 35. Luxon is now throwing 39. There's a ball hit out toward left field. It's going to be caught out there to record the out. Cash grabs the ball on the fly out in the left field to Tyson Beach. He flies out to left field for the first out of the second inning. Here comes Henry Cruz, the catcher, coming up there next. He has walked twice in the ball game. Looking at the score on our video screens, it's right, 15-0. Lincoln East has got the lead over Hastings here in the elimination ball game of the state tournament at Duncan Field. Pitch here by Isaac Luxon is going to be outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Nicholas Garcia, the first baseman, will be up there next. Legion baseball coverage here tonight on Extreme Sports. It's not been a pleasant start here. There's a swing and a miss here by Cruz. And the count now is at 1 ball and 1 strike. Cash Gutierrez and Nolette out of the outfield for Hastings. Simmons now at third base. Retzloff at short. Mahoney at second base. Larson is over here at first base. There's a high fly ball. It's going to be in shallow center field. Coming on, Enrique Chavez Gutierrez, and he's going to grab the ball. So back-to-back out here for Lincoln East. And coming up there next is going to be Garcia.
Elliot Danowitz is the hitter.
So Nicholas Garcia, he was hit by a pitch, and he's reached on a fielder's choice so far in this ball game. $15-0 is the score. Lincoln East has got the lead, but there's
this sound is processed by StereoTool. Go to stereotool.com.
Second inning of play. And here comes the pitch to the plate. That ball is going to be hit out toward center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. That's going to score another run as Henry comes around to score. And it's now a 16-0 ball game.
Drew Larson, shortstop.
Elliot Danowitz was at the plate there, pinch hitting in the number 6 spot. So Danowitz is going to get an RBI single. And now Drew Larson is going to come to the plate next. $16-0. You can hear a pin drop in this place right now. Next pitch is going to be in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the second inning of play. Legion baseball tonight from the Class A Juniors State Tournament. Here comes Luxon's next pitch. Is going to be down low for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Luxon again throwing out there for Hastings. Here's the next pitch, going to be fouled away.
Good boy.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Grand Island Home Federal tonight has picked up a win. They're playing at the state tournament over in Kearney for the seniors. Home Federal winning over Papillion La Vista in the elimination game tonight by the score of 6-3. So Grand Island Home Federal will move on to play another elimination game tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So Home Federal keeps their season alive. Both Kearney teams have been eliminated from the state tournament. Hastings seniors have been eliminated. Now the juniors here are trailing 16-0. But a called third strike here on the Larson gets Hastings out of the inning here with no further damage done as Isaac Luxon picks up his first strikeout of this ball game. But boy, Lincoln East explodes for 12 runs here in the second inning of play, and Lincoln East has got the lead over Hastings. Lincoln East Duncan Aviation leading Hastings 16-0 as we head to the third inning of play. You're listening to Legion Baseball on Extreme Sports.
Farm ground is more than dirt. It's history, it's family, it's legacy. At Reuter Auction and Realty, we've been rooted in agriculture for nearly 60 years, helping landowners across Nebraska and Kansas market and sell their farmland with integrity. Our team combines proven sales methods with powerful marketing to bring you the right buyers and the best results. Licensed in Nebraska and Kansas, we know farming because we live it. When it's time to sell your farmland, trust Reuter Auction and Realty. Visit ReuterAuction.com, where farmland meets its future.
The nice weather is here, and the open road is calling. Whether you're planning a weekend at the lake, a family road trip, or just getting away for a few days, make sure your camper or RV is ready to go before you hitch up and head out. Don't let a small issue turn into a big problem halfway through your trip. Bring it in now to Timmy's RV Sales and Service and beat the summer rush. From winter wear and tear to routine maintenance and major repairs, Herb and the team have you covered. They'll make sure everything is road ready, so you can travel with confidence and focus on making memories. And if you're thinking about upgrading your ride, Timmy's has a great selection of quality used and consigned campers ready for your next adventure. Call 402-879-8893 or stop by just behind the old Dykmans on Highway 6. Timmy's RV Sales and Service of Hastings. Get ready now and make this your best summer yet.
Extreme Sports, the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, and enjoy the journey of all this. I'm trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
All right, Mike Will back here at Duncan Field in Hastings. You're listening to Legion baseball coverage tonight on Extreme Sports. Elimination game of the Class A Junior State Tournament here at Duncan. 16-0. Lincoln East has got the lead. Isaac Luxon is the guy at the plate. We got a new pitcher out there for Lincoln East now. Shea Clanton, the second baseman, is going to come on and throw here in this third inning. Yeah, East don't want to burn any innings here out of their main bin as they've got their 16-0 lead. So Clanton going to come on and throw here in the third inning. Isaac Luxon is the batter here. The count to him is at 3 balls and 1 strike. Clanton comes set. He's a right-handed thrower. And there's the next pitch. Is going to be in there for a strike, and it's now 3 balls, 2 strikes. Hastings went down in order in the first inning. Actually had a base hit in inning number 2, but couldn't do anything with it. Next pitch is going to be fouled away over here on the third base side out of play. Legion baseball tonight here on Extreme Sports.
The press box 2 for 50 cents, courtesy of Midtown Market.
At Duncan Field. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. It's on the way. That's going to be fouled away about the same spot back here on the third base side out of play. So Isaac Luxon down here in the number 8 hole. They counted 3 balls and 2 strikes with nobody out. Next pitch again is going to be hit out toward left field. And this time it's going to be grabbed out there by Braxton Henry. Henry grabs the ball in left field for the first out. Coming up there next for Hastings is going to be Cole Cooper. Cole Cooper going to bat now here in the number 9 hole. There's a 10-run rule in effect after 5 innings here tonight. Hastings right now trailing by a score of 16-0. And here comes the pitch to Cole Cooper. It's going to be outside for a ball. One ball and no strikes to Cooper. Next pitch is going to be hit out towards center field. And sliding over and making the catch is going to be Wentworth. So Cole Cooper, he flies out to center field. And now coming up there for Hastings is going to be the top of the order in Charlie Retzloff. Retzloff started the day with a batting average of .356 on the season. Retzloff, he hit one back to the first baseman back there in inning number 1. So he is 0 for 1 in this ball game. Retzloff coming to the plate here. Hastings looking for their second base hit of the ball game. There's a pitch that's going to be in there for a strike. Lincoln East with 8 base hits so far in this ball game. Hastings has committed 3 errors. East has scored 16 runs on the Hastings, and they're out on top of JIH, 16-0. Here's the next pitch. It's going to be down low for a ball. Retzloff made a motion to maybe go around with it. They look down at the base umpire. He says no. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count here to Charlie Retzloff. Clanton throws under the plate. That's going to be outside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. But not a lot of juice in the old stands here tonight with Hastings trailing big time here in this ball game. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. It's out of the way. That's going to be down low for another ball. 3 balls and 1 strike. Coming up next here at Duncan Field is Omaha Creighton Prep and Lincoln Southwest over in the area. Well, check out some good baseball. Those are the 2 undefeated teams left here in the juniors tournament. They will score off tonight at 8 o'clock. There's the pitch. It's going to be inside for a ball, and Charlie Retzloff is going to get aboard here for Hastings. Retzloff will head down to first base. Mason Mahoney is going to come up there next. And there's a high fly ball out toward right field, and making the catch out there is Topolsky, and the inning is going to be over. Mason Mahoney is going to fly out to right field to end the third inning of play here for Hastings. No runs for Hastings, no runs on no hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the third inning, and that's going to be the contest here. It's a 15-run rule after 3 innings. So that's going to be the ball game. Hastings is going to drop this baby by a score of 16-0. So a shortened game here tonight. It's a 15-run rule after 3 innings. And it's a 10-run rule after 5 innings. So Hastings is going to end their season here tonight 16-0 to Lincoln East. Duncan Aviation. Hastings will end their season with a mark of 13 wins and 21 losses, as they will go 1-2 here in the state tournament in Hastings.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
When your family feels protected under our roof, they are free to dream. And you can get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Customize what you pay with Drive My Way, American Family Insurance. Give Matthew a call at 308-389-9124 or stop in at 204 North Walnut Street in Grand Island.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, see the professionals at North Shore Real Estate of Hastings. Real estate is one of the largest and most exciting investments you can make, and the folks at North Shore Real Estate are here to make sure the process is a fun and rewarding one. They serve Hastings, Harvard, Blue Hill, Kennesaw, and several other communities within a 35-mile radius of Hastings. They'll give you the guidance and support you need throughout the entire buying or selling experience. Give them a call at 402-461-6930 or stop in at 100 North Shore Drive in Hastings. North Shore Real Estate. Excellent agents, outstanding results. 461-6930 or stop in at 100 North Shore Drive in Hastings. North Shore Real Estate. Excellent agents, outstanding results. Bill Hamburger Remodeling has been doing work in the Hastings area for over 25 years. They provide remodeling and building services for both residential and commercial clients. Their services include new homes, additions, bathroom remodeling, kitchen remodeling, window installations, doors, siding, roofs, concrete work, drywall, painting, fences, and garages. Trust the professionals at Bill Hamburger Remodeling at 622 East 2nd Street in Hastings. Give them a call at 402-469-8551.
You are listening to Legion Baseball on Extreme Sports.
All right, back here at Duncan Field, the ball game is over. Lincoln East Duncan Aviation puts it to Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes in their season finale here tonight as Lincoln East knocks off Hastings' final score of 16-0 in this ball game here tonight. So Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes will close out their season with a mark of 13 wins and 21 losses on the season. Lincoln East Duncan Aviation will improve to 30-7, and they will move into another consolation game at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Final numbers in the ball game, all Lincoln tonight. Lincoln East 16 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Johnson Imperial Homes, they had no runs, 1 hit, and 3 errors in the ball game. Luke Nolette, the starting pitcher for Hastings, he went just 1/3 of an inning. He gives up 1 hit, 4 runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts. Timothy Hyatt came on. He threw 2/3 of an inning. He gives up 2 hits, 4 runs, with 3 walks and no strikeouts. And Isaac Luxton threw an inning, giving up 4 hits, 8 runs, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. Starting pitcher for Lincoln East was Tyson Beach, and he gave up just 1 base hit in the ball game with a walk and 1 strikeout. So Hastings ends the season on a disappointing note with only 1 base hit in the ball game. That was a base hit by Quinn Simmons in the ball game. That was in inning number 2. That Zilcho on the board tonight, and the baseball season is over as Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes loses here in the consolation game to Lincoln East by the score of 16-0. So that wraps up American Legion baseball coverage for us here on Extreme Sports. Again, we'll have a couple of weeks and we'll get ready for the fall sports season. We'll have complete coverage of high school football, and we'll have coverage of the Hastings College Broncos again coming up this fall here on Extreme Sports. Hope you enjoyed our Legion baseball coverage here for the summer of 2026. Again, we'll be back with high school football. Be back with some Hastings College football coming up here in just a couple of weeks. So enjoy the rest of your summer. Kids will be heading back to school here soon. And enjoy the rest of your evening. Again, the final score, Hastings losing to Lincoln East tonight. Final score of 16-0. I'm Mike Will, wishing you a very pleasant good evening from Hastings.
You have been listening to an exclusive presentation by Extreme Sports. If you missed portions of today's game, you can download our podcast on x-streamsports.com.
me on the late night, Will, but hey, that's the betting card. I do like in the game that's delayed. I should get to that as well. Guardians, first 5 money line. Here I am fading Chase Burns again. It's just a weekly activity for me. I know he's great. He's a really good pitcher, but plus 160 on a team like Cleveland, I'll take that all day long, even if Chase Burns is in those Cy Young conversations. So the guards ball, plus 160 first 5 to wrap up the betting card for me on this Monday.
What a disgusting card. I need to go take a shower. I need to go. Oh, man, those are ugly.
Pretty gross.
Did you bet the Rockies? Are the Rockies playing? Did you bet the New York Jets, the Browns, any other crappy teams you want to throw in there?
I did not.
Ugly.
I did not. I was looking to bet the Toronto Tempo, but I think we haven't come back from the WNBA All-Star break yet.